Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Just my silence, ghost riding the whip, the mask up, live ender, boxing up your threats and returning them to sender. Step into me, you better bring your nation as I wreck you to the population. It's that umbrella guy on the verbal flamethrower, notching up the belt, not just some lame shower, cranking up a stream just to show what's beneath. I'm masked up, baby, but I'm still sporting teeth. With one bling to rule them all and one bling to blind them. Iced out, grilled up, hunting knowing we'll find them. The E-homes are always flammable and will ignite you. Calling out the games you play just to spite you. I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Man, I do not know what is going on with StreamYard. Did you hear the gaps in the songs and everything else?
I did not. It sounded good to me. Maybe
it
was just
it flashed
your
off
ears.
like, no, I'm watching the thing and they cut off
Really?
3 times. Yeah, we went live. Like our image was on there instead of them seamlessly going through.
I wasn't looking at the screen. You mean
Yeah.
gaps in the screen? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
know
it was
that.
gapping, like it ended the sound clips and stuff too early. You know, it's like,
Weird.
what the heck? Yeah, they just cut off. I was like, what the
I'm
crap?
telling you, we got to move to Streamlabs. I'm telling you, we got to do it.
Streamlab just doesn't like this connection. Has problems with this out here.
We got to get you a
this right here.
Starlink.
Mm.
Breadsticks for Starlink, folks. Breadsticks.
Sticks for Starlink. Oh man, folks, it is an interesting one. I hope, by the way, that everyone had a great holiday weekend. You know, it was. Did you have a good one?
I did. It was as relaxing as it could be with 4 children and
sickness and everything else going on.
And sickness and my back being out. But yeah, no, it was good. It was fine. We had Mr. Fox made a brisket. and that was the first brisket of the year, which is always an exciting time. And you know what's funny? I learned a new trick for avoiding the Easter egg hunts. So Hangry is 10. So he's the only one who's really interested in an Easter egg hunt still. And he asked Mr. Fox, he went up to him and he said, do we have an Easter egg hunt? Because we always hide eggs in the yard, until this year.
Right.
And Mr. Fox goes, sure. As soon as you clean up all the dog poop in the yard. And Hangry goes, well, am I getting a basket? And his dad was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I'm good. Turns around, goes back upstairs. So we successfully got out of the Easter egg hunt this year. And I think we're done. We're done with Easter egg hunts. Yay me.
Man, the Easter egg hunt this year, like for the oldest, went great. She did not want to go, like, to do anything. The little one was like, I gotta go, after church stuff, gotta go do Easter egg hunts. So all the kids go out there and everything. Well, the little one didn't want to do Easter egg. She was like, I'm not doing it anymore. And all these other kids didn't. Only 2 kids decided they wanted to do it. So
wow.
Yeah, my oldest was like, they have money eggs here. She was like, I'm not hunting for candy eggs. I'm hunting money eggs. So yeah, there's only one other person competing with you. So she came in. I was like, what'd you get at Easter? She was like, $20 freaking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
I was
so
like,
good.
what a payday, man.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's racking it up right there. So I was like, well, there you go. Because she was like, I don't want to go do that. That's baby stuff.
Hey, Chad, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for my kids not getting an Easter egg hunt. They get baskets that are so over the top. It's like Christmas. It's so stupid. I mean, I love my husband, believe me, and he's so generous with these children. But every time I see the Easter baskets, I think, are you crazy? Are you crazy? He gives them movies and Lego sets and Nintendo games. Like, it's crazy. So they don't need any egg hunts. Trust me, they got plenty.
Man, people sent, God, so over the Easter holiday, I've almost got all the photographs for it, so it's good to go. I'll be dropping them into a Dropbox, and I should have them Thursday for our show then. But 25 boxes of stuff, 25 boxes at the P.O. box. The guy up there, he was like,
oh, you'll be happy to know, Mr. Fox says I should just go get my own P.O. box because I knew it would work. I knew it would work when I told him, I'm like, yeah, Tug's like drowning in all my stuff. And I mean, poor guy. I was going to have you. I was like, if you go to Nashville, you better drop by his house and pick it up. I'm starting to feel bad. And he was like, all right, why don't you just get one? I'm like, nice.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. P.O. boxes are good. I mean, people. I think I got that diamond picture. That thing is awesome. Like that.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. I love mine.
Yeah, I like that. I also got a mask sent to me, which was it's cool, but everything else is pretty much for the kids, and which is fine, which is great. But I was just like, most stuff is not for me that comes to the box anyway. It is. It's funny. Now, I mean, there's so much though. Like people sent baskets, Easter baskets, freaking yarn material, we got that. I'm my favorites. She did get the edible paper. The little one kept coming in and saying that she wanted that edible paper you can write on and then eat. She's wanting it. Well, it did come and she went nuts with that. So I was like, man, it writes in red too, and then you eat it. I was like, this really sounds like some kind of really jacked up ransom note.
Speaking of red food dye, I just saw the amazing news that the American government is banning all petroleum-based food dyes. I would like a round of applause.
Yeah, it's about time.
Everyone out there ought to be happy about this. This is something everybody can agree on. That crap is so toxic. I watched it harm my children in real time. Like they get any of that red food dye when they were little, especially when they were little, and they would, within minutes, they would have meltdowns, screaming, crying meltdowns. And I finally figured it out. I was like, it's got to be the food. It's got to be the food dye. And then I took them off of all of it and they stopped. It stopped the tantrums. This stuff is so toxic, so bad for us, and the American government has finally caught up to all of Europe, and I think today is a day to
That's
celebrate.
the crazy part. Like, it has banned the rest of the world, you know?
Right. Nobody else in the world lets their people eat this shit.
Yeah.
Just us. Just us.
One of those red dyes I'm allergic to. I found that out the hard way. You know,
Is it red 40 or red? What was the other one?
I can't remember. I have to look. I've got it written down. I avoid like almost all of them like the plague because I'm afraid, you know, of it. I had
the truth is, Tug, we are all allergic to it because it's poison. It's poison, but some people are extremely sensitive to it. And I mean, I wanted this done on day one of this administration, and I was very disappointed that it did not happen. I've been keeping my mouth shut, but today was the day. Today's the day. Very happy.
By the way, I want to read something to us since now either I'm really hoping this is a troll, like for real, you know. I really do. Yeah, this could be. It could be anybody. It could be somebody having fun. But man, if this is legit, that's funny too. Okay, but somebody sent it. You can say they sent it through Anonymous. I think it came through
Anonymous email.
I love them. I love Anonymous. You know. And again, I'm not attributing it to anyone. I don't know who sent it, you know, but it came through at 2:21 p.m. today. So
wait, I have a good voice for this. I should use a voice. You want me to read with the funny voice? Because this is going to be funny.
All right. Here we go. How dare you call that adorable man paint chips?
Adorable.
What has he done to you? What if he stole money from the Chinese and the Jewish? Sure, there was a blind man, but he wasn't yo daddy. The FBI or the CIA or New York chased him down for millions so he isn't eating pain. Now Knee's trying to be a good guy defender of rights for the elderly. Heard he loves turtles. If you don't like it, maybe you get a film crew and a projectile.
That is amazing. That was a great voice for that. I do have to say.
How dare you call that adorable man paint chips?
I was like, man, if this isn't a troll, that makes it even better. But if it is a troll, congratulations. That one was funny too. You know? It was like, so what if he stole from the Chinese and the Jewish?
The Jewish. So what if he stole money from the Chinese and the Jewish?
Just straight up the Jewish. Just the Jewish.
God, you get the best mail. I swear to God. You always get the best, craziest weirdness.
Yeah, I get some crazy ones some days too.
I got one that was nuts the other day, accusing me of being a racist. It was very funny.
Oh, I had one.
It was very funny. I don't even know what it was talking about, but it was very funny.
I had one probably 2 weeks ago where somebody told me they were going to put a slug in my temple if they ever saw me out. So
oh my God.
I was like, yeah,
well, it's a good thing nobody knows what you look like. So good luck.
Well, they got to be faster than I am. You know, that's the only thing.
No. Paint Chips doesn't have a wife. No woman. He threatened his wife. She had to call the FBI on him.
Darth Touch is his wife. Come on. I mean, we know.
Or sister wife. I'm not sure.
Sister wife.
Bruce is the one leading that household.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's like, kids, get along. You know.
He takes turns. He takes turns in each one of their beds every night.
I like whoever wrote out that knew something about him. Like they knew that he said, you know, he had been chased down and it cost all that money, so he couldn't eat paint. But they didn't even put in the word paint. They put in pain.
Pain.
He isn't eating pain.
I like now Knees trying to be a good guy defender of rights now for the elderly.
To be fair though, I do hit the N for me a bunch of times too, so I can't say very much about that. But usually I only do it if I'm texting people. You know, I don't give a shit about it otherwise. I'll check Twitter to a degree. Like I can't care that much about Twitter, but when I'm messaging other people, as long as it doesn't have like a some autocorrect to a slurs. I mean, if it could do that, it probably would. I'm surprised that hasn't happened if it can do it.
Yeah.
Maybe it has. Maybe my friends are just nice enough to be like, man, he is a piece of shit.
Oh,
I like
love
that.
this so
Heard he
much.
loves turtles.
Heard he loves turtles. This has to be a troll. I mean, it's too funny to not be a troll.
Oh my God. Man, you know what though? It's hard to. I've seen some of the defenders of some of these people, and I don't know, because sometimes I'm like, did they really just say that?
Oh God.
Yep, they did. Speaking of defenders, by the way, I think that's a good segue to to another topic we forgot to talk about yesterday. Stupid Dave.
Oh, I know. We forgot this entirely. Well, I mean, to be fair, Stupid Dave is very forgettable. It's not like he's not burning up the scene or anything, I forget about him all the time because he's so boring. In fact, I start thinking about him and I'm like, I can't stay awake.
I just can't imagine going through his content and watching it. Oh my God. The only time it's been funny. And I mean, it had to be train wreck bad to be funny. And it wasn't because of him. It was because nothing would cooperate with him. That made it good. I think that's
the phone
only
call.
Time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The derailed phone call that never happened. Yeah, that was epic. Epically good. Epically bad. And it was so good because nothing worked and he just couldn't figure it out. It was just great. Absolutely great.
Man, between him and freaking what's his face, Guapo, man, they were fucking boring.
So boring.
Let's check this post out though. Somebody posted this. I thought it was pretty good. This is this is a fascinating one. Let's see how this goes. Let's read it. Yes. So this is a Stupid Dave post. This was over on the fan page. I love this stuff, man. I tell you, all the little weird details with these people and maybe turning on each other, that kind of stuff. That's interesting. So just letting it be known that I have posted several open letters to John Cook about JH's statement that he quote unquote threw me under the bus in court. Not only to have them not posted on LMNOP's page, nor acknowledged in any way.
Wait,
where's he posted open letters?
I don't understand what this even means.
Where's he posted open letters?
Where did he post open letters?
I would really like to read some of those, actually, just to see how bad they are. It'd be better than listening to him. I think it would be, Yeah,
I want to see his open letters to John. Where are they? Those of you telling me to check my email, I don't see an email from Connor. Connor, do you have my email address right? I will type it in the chat under Tug's name because this is me typing, not Tug.
Yeah. If if the channel posts, which will look like me, that can be either one. And the same thing, with Megan Fox's channel sometimes.
Yeah, I usually go over to a YouTube page, so
that's what
comes
I
up under my name.
Do.
But I mean, if I'm going to post under your name,
I
usually tell people. I usually tell people.
If we're running late or something, though, I've done that before on accident.
Yeah.
I was just going to be nice and be like, hey, we're running late. And I was like, oh, crap, But yeah, if there are open letters out there, I really would love to.
I want to read them.
Yeah. So, if you folks have some wonderful open letters, if they're videos, I don't want to know. Okay. Just, you can tell me, but I don't want to see them.
Breaking news.
Okay.
We have breaking news. It appears that Stupid Dave has deleted his open letters. Yeah.
Oh, he has. Huh?
Yep. I have a very good source who would know these things, and the source says he has deleted them. I will find out if they got saved.
Yeah, surely they're saved because I really want to read those. Those are probably magical, They are. They're probably magical in all the wrong ways,
Magical in all the wrong ways. Well, Jeremy says he posted the letter when we took them to Ohio court for the CPOs. So that's been a while ago. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Jeremy has it.
Maybe. If anybody else has picked it up. If it's entertaining, especially, I really want to read it. But I've only spoke with John maybe a handful of times, all of which were gibberish. That's good there. And Cope in regards to Jeremy Hales. That's fascinating. So this guy who you basically have been, riding, excuse the way I say this, but riding the nuts of for so long. He just speaks in gibberish and Cope. My God,
gibberish and Cope.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck?
These are some harsh words for John Cook.
Yeah, John. Oh my God.
Oh wait, speaking of gibberish and Cope, though, it's kind of interesting that Stupid Dave is accusing somebody else of speaking in gibberish and Cope in regards to Jeremy Hales. What the hell do you call what you do, Stupid Dave? Because all you do is complain about Jeremy Hales. And me sometimes. He's got Megan derangement syndrome, which is a thing. It goes around. It goes around.
I saw him. He
contagious.
He is so bad that he hunts down. He is the only person that will comment on Darth Touch's on his articles.
I've noticed that.
And he will write like an essay on some of them. That old $1 million again. I was like, oh my God, dude. Say what you really feel, son. Say what you really feel.
Open up his own Substack. Hey, Dave, Substack is free. You can open up your own Substack and write article after article about how much you can't stand me and how you think I'm after you and stuff. His paranoia about me being after him is so funny. When I have literally spent and probably 10 minutes of my entire life ever thinking about this guy. 10 minutes total. Yes, he has MDS. He has Megan derangement syndrome. It's pretty.
I know
it's pretty obvious.
It's so weird when I'm actually the one coming for you, boy. No, wait. Did I say that out loud? No.
I know. The weird part is I never think about him. Tug, on the other hand, he's got plans. He's got.
Oh my God. It is funny. He's gonna be like knocking out any hat. Right? He's got a coat rack at his house. He's gonna throw it outside. He's been like, Tug's coming for me. Oh my God. He is obsessed with you, though. It is very strange.
Well, I mean, who could blame him? I'm very entertaining. I have great hair. I'm hard to stay away from.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But his obsession is like in the weird place,
I don't want to talk about Dave's weird place. That makes me feel very uncomfortable.
He's the kind of type I could, if you were to be like, guess what? I was in my house and Dave popped out of my toilet. I would be like, oh, I'm really surprised. Creepy, but I'm not surprised.
He could never fit into a toilet. No. That could never happen. That reminds me of that song from Sesame Street. You can never go down, can never go down, can never go down the drain. Dave can never go down, can never go down, can never go down the drain.
Oh my God, that'd be funny. I can imagine the sign and that. When in the bathroom, do not flush paper, personal hygiene products, or Turfendorfs.
Turfendorfs.
I mean that name by itself. I saw that post under the name, and I was like, that name is no wonder he's a sad sack.
He needs
change your name, son. Like that's what's ruining your life. I mean, it looked like it. I look at him and I'm like, yeah, that name fits. Turfendorf.
Oh God, he does. He needs to change it. That will change the energy all around him. Maybe it'll encourage him to go get on Ozempic or something. I don't know. Kurt did. Kurt's been injecting and he's lost like 60 pounds. Good for him. Dave should do the same thing. It's bad to be that overweight, Dave. You should be able to lift your leg without help from a pulley system.
Eat a tapeworm. That's what you need.
Eat a
just go look a truck stop bathroom toilet or something. I don't know. You get plenty of them.
I got the best compliment from the doctor the other day when I went to the sleep doctor. Because I think I have sleep apnea probably. Anyway, he looks at me and he gets out the tape measure and he's like, "I got to measure your neck." And I go, "Oh God, no! I have a fat neck. This is going to be terrible." he goes, he measures it, and then he goes, he's just standing there looking at me, and he goes, well, you don't have a big fat neck or anything, and you're not overweight. And I went, doctor, I think I love you. I'm like, that's the best compliment anyone's ever given me. Well, you don't have a big fat neck and you're not overweight. Oh my
You were like,
God,
thanks
it
for the
made my year.
proposal. You were like, thanks for the proposal, but I'm already married. Yeah.
Sir, I will not go out with you. Yeah. But just for fun, say it again.
Yeah, that's what I tell my male
Really,
heart
when
doctor.
you have a doctor who tells you you're not fat. I mean, come on. When was the last time any of you went to the doctor and heard, well, you're not fat? Fantastic.
Me, no. It's been a while.
It's been never. Well, not since I was a teenager for me. Every time I'm at the doctor, they're always like, well, you could lose a few. This time he was like, well, you're not fat. You don't have a big fat neck. So I'm like, what? Fantastic. I've made it in life.
I have one doctor that I kind of like. He's an ass, man. He is such an ass. He would be more like, well, I'm not going to comment on your weight, Tubby, or something. I mean, he's that kind of guy. And I'm like, I love him. I think he's funny. Like, he's the greatest guy ever. But I'm sure that other people might not like him. I heard one time, in fact, that I was there, they have I think they have 9 rooms, and while I was walking over with the nurse to another room, I heard some guy screaming about, like, being mad about something he said. And I couldn't hear what he said, but it was so pissed, and he stormed out. And the doctor was like, well, it could have been worse. He's a little Indian guy, so he has the accent. I can't do it. But he was like, it could have been worse. It could have been an STD. I was like, what the fuck did I just miss then? That's amazing. I wish I would have heard the whole thing.
I had a doctor who I'd gone to for a very long time, so we had a good rapport. And I go in to see him one day, and the very first thing he says to me is, so, I've seen your boobs on the internet. And I stopped and I like startled, and I was like, because for a second, I'm sure he tells this joke to all the women who go get mammograms, because that's what this was about. It was about a mammogram. But for a second, I went, oh my God, did he see the boob show? I had a boob show with Nick Rekieta and like some other people we did boob trivia. And I'm like, Jesus, does this guy know my YouTube channel?
By the way, Rekieta Law came back. I saw that. That was good.
Sure
he had 3,000 people for his case today with Karen Reed. That was good.
He's back.
He looked
baby.
healthy. He looked healthy.
And halfway through this stream, he was like, I gotta go. I gotta run to probation. I'll be back. I'm loving this arc for him. It's great. It was a great stream. He was on with Andrew Branca. Andrew Branca was on. They were simul-stream.
Fucking nut. I love him, by the way. I do.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
Much. I've not streamed with Branca very much, but Branca, you are a fucking nut. I've been on 2 streams with you, crazy and fun. I like
He's a solid dude too, and he's a guy you can call, and I have, believe me, if you need something, you can call Branca and he will make it happen. He's a very decent dude. Very good guy. Anyway, he had Nick and him were doing a simul stream today for the Karen Reed trial. They will be covering it, as far as I know, through the whole trial. So you guys, if you're interested in that, and it is going to be hilarious. It was great today, and he's going to be doing it going forward. So I encourage all of you to get over there. If you have not been watching Rekieta Law, because it's been off the air for a long time.
Yeah, for a while.
He's back, and it's really good.
I just, I wish him nothing but the best. It's been a crazy ride. Everyone dips. They dip hard sometimes, and it's that rebuild time. So, I hope
work will save you. That's what I keep saying. Work will do.
It does, man. I don't judge anybody. I've had substance issues in my life. I didn't have kids then. In fact, kids are the reason that I don't have substance issues. Really, I mean, the part of it anyway. But would judge anybody for that. It's a low place. It's an ugly place, and you have to be able to see it. Low place. So, it's good to see somebody.
And he's been getting so good. I mean, he's back in the groove. I can tell. I can just tell. It's just it's different than it was before. He just
looked healthier and sounded healthy. Like his mind is there again. And that's good.
Yep.
What sucks nowadays is, I would have hated for all that time to have been televised. For my low days, I would have hated for it to have been live for every moment.
I know. Can you imagine?
It's.
I
it
mean,
would
I
be
can't
rough.
even imagine. I can't even imagine what him and his family have been through, and his family too. I mean, all these people who are like the kids, the kids, the kids. It's like, well, what are you doing to help them? You're
Not just
broadcasting
that.
the
Well,
lowest moment in their lives
not
constantly.
just it's so much in there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at instead of going into. I'm gonna leave it at. I'm glad that he's getting his life together and streaming back at it. That, like you said, that is the thing that will keep you. You throw yourself into that shit. That's what I do.
I'm so glad. I
keeping my
told him,
life-
I'm like, you got to do Karen Reed, man. I've been telling him for months. Come on, Karen Reed, get ready for Karen Reed. It's going to be right when you're getting over this. Let's do it. Let's do it. And he did it.
That
I'm
trial
very
for
happy.
some reason, I can't get into it. Like, I mean,
Oh God, I
can
love it. It
listen,
was
but
so
I
good
can't
today.
plug into it. And yeah, but I
It
mean,
was
like his
so good.
coverage, I can't plug in and cover it. Like I just.
All right.
just-
So there
it's
was a
not there.
moment today. There was a moment today that the judge in the case reminds me of this judge, like almost like Bev Canoni is so awful. She's so miserable to the defense.
Oh yeah,
And
I've seen
the
that.
thing that she did today that was absolutely outrageous was that Alan Jackson caught one of the witnesses and he was completely tearing him apart. He was showing that he lied in his testimony. He was impeaching him. It was the fireman guy. And he had said one thing to the prosecutor, and now he's saying something else to the defense on cross. And it's about this video clip they had seen 2 times. And the guy is denying what is in the video, what is clearly being seen in the video. He's denying it verbally. And Jackson goes, let's play the video again. Let's cue up the video. And the judge goes, no, I'm not going to let you play that again. We've seen it twice. Move on.
That's
right
crazy,
in the
man.
middle of impeachment, Tug. And Jackson, I'm sorry, I don't understand why he did this. He didn't object and preserve it for the record. I don't get it. I would have been like, Your Honor, I object to that. This is part of my case, and I'm impeaching this witness. And if you're not going to allow me to do it, I want to preserve for the record that I object. It's crazy. No, we don't need to see that evidence again. We've already seen it twice.
That's so weird. I just
Crazy.
noticed, by the way, like on here, I had I haven't even gotten to the sentence about dildos. It's just like sitting there. I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, the next sentence. Okay, so here's the whole thing about John Cook. He says, I've only spoke with John maybe a handful of times, all of which were gibberish and copes with regard to Jeremy Hales. He would regularly send me lies and memes about Hales, including the dildo post.
What?
In which he got an LOL response from me.
So let me get this straight. John
Dave
Cook
likes his
would
dildos.
regularly send Stupid Dave lies and memes, including, does he mean the dildo post that's in the lawsuit?
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? I mean,
It does to me, yeah. Doesn't it?
yeah, it very much does. When I looked at that, I was like, So what I don't understand here is this. These people hardcore simped these folks. When Cook, he's not. I mean, why do you think gibberish? And first of all, why do you think that? Maybe because Preston herself was telling you he had a substance problem. So you were talking to somebody that was out of control. It was all cope about Jeremy. That, you're telling me it's lies and cope. Okay, well, if he's fucking lying there, I mean, we've had police video and everything. Why go so hard at that? Oh, well, maybe because people like David the donor. Maybe because without it, he couldn't.
I'm not understanding this. Stupid Dave, you need to do an entire stream explaining this because we don't understand. So when did you discover that John Cook is a liar? And why don't you republish your open letters? I want to know. I really do. If you're changing your mind, it's okay. Change your mind. Oh God, there's more.
Yeah,
oh God, there's more.
The final straw. He knows a lot about straws, dude. Maybe that's what it. Maybe it's the Preston straw thing. Maybe that's what he's got, a straw thing. Maybe. Kenny Mom. Gross. I never.
Hashtag save the straw.
When I watch that again, oh God, I'm going to try to mentally brace myself. I never wanted to see her tongue wrap around that freaking the straw like a gymnast. I'm like, oh, please, God, no, not again. But I will do it for you folks out there.
Oh.
The final straw came when he sent me a message stating he was granted a no contact order and Hale's was the one avoiding process servers. Huh. So he flat out lied about no contact and more. That's fascinating. I knew this to be a lie because Jeremy Hales wasn't even in Florida. I confronted him on Lynette's page. I would like to see screenshots of that, by the way. That would probably be funny too. Because he is such a, what's a nice way of saying this? He's such a bitch about that. He's like a bitch.
A bitch. I was trying to come up with something funny, but that was funnier. Okay, I'm being told for clarification that this post was actually from 2 years ago.
Okay, well, that's fine. It's fine.
So it's not new. But I still want to know about it. Stupid Dave, let me know. Well,
he's telling us like these people are liars regardless. Okay, so this guy has gone to the point where he's gotten himself sued over these folks, though, right? He got himself sued because he simped so hard for these people. And yet, lies? Weirdness?
Dildos?
Yeah, and I don't. This shows you I don't keep up with Stupid Dave or these people, like these auxiliary people that are in lawsuits that much. In fact, I have not gone down this rabbit hole that much at all yet. I will when we have more information about what's there, what the claims are. Then we can look at that and be objective over what we think. Because again, I don't know about certain folks. I have no idea. Stupid Dave bores the freaking hell out of me, So, and I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't have kept up with his channel either because look at his turnout. I mean, let's just be blunt about it. I'm not being an asshole. If you have a small channel, that's not what I meant. But for him, he isn't a major player in some. None of these people are. They're really the ecosystem.
No, he really thinks he is. It's funny.
None of them are. I mean, even 2Ls. I mean, they have access to everything on that side of it. They have access to the lawyer, to Preston, to Cook. They have all of that shit. They can't break 1,000 people watch it. It's not about channel size. It's about access. And that's with people going over there. And I bet you at least, I think I'm being nice when I say this because it's probably more. 1/3 of the people watching are probably just watching to watch the shit show. They're like,
yeah,
oh my God.
I'm pretty sure that they may only have about 500 true fans, maybe 350 to 500 is my guess. The rest of them are everybody who's, watching on Jeremy Hale's side, trying to figure out what the hell they're doing.
Well, they're keeping
tabs
up with
on them.
Yeah, they're keeping up with the litigate. You're right. Exactly. People take screenshots. I know there are dozens of them.
Oh my God. The people with the screenshots. It's great. I never have to watch those shows anymore because the chat, you guys are epic, by the way. You are sacrificing so that we do not have to watch these streams. We don't have to watch them. We don't have to listen to the endless coughing and the dead air. You're doing it for us, which I love and I appreciate. Thank you so much. You're taking one for the team. And then you guys take screenshots and you give rundowns. It's amazing. You're amazing.
How do you go from this though to getting yourself sued? Again, staying in that long and knowing these people are liars. And we're not talking about reading court docs or having opinions based on that stuff. We're talking about basing your opinions on bullshit, either coming straight from those folks or coming from their spokespeople, from their lawyer who, my God, look at some of the stuff he's done and said. And look at the messages we saw leaked. Oh God, he cried a lot about the message thing too. He's like, Megan, she read those messages that were leaked. Oh my God.
What message? I don't even remember.
The Slug messages. No, remember the.
Remember between him and Slug. When Slug was trying to talk him into being a normal person.
Yeah, exactly.
When Slug was like, don't do this to yourself. Don't destroy your life.
And don't, if I mention this stuff here, because I want to set the record straight, don't false flag my channel, bud.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that might not happen. It's like what in
Don't
the world?
behave badly, and people won't do that.
But I confronted him on Lynette's page about said lies, and again the post was deleted, which left me no choice but to post his lies on my ex Twitter page. I have been staying out of the drama. So he's been saying this shit for how many years now? Then, if this is years old,
he's not staying out of any drama.
Oh my God! Yeah, I plan to keep out of it. I do not like hearing my name brought up in court documents. Well, or courts rather. Well, about that. The only thing I'm guilty of is having an opinion. Well, we'll see. We'll see what pops up in the court.
A stupid opinion, but sure, he can have his opinion.
I want to read those open letters now.
I know. Why did he delete them?
I mean, well, because they probably went against the entire ecosystem, and his viewership, as weak and pathetic as it has been, was primarily, I'm going to say, maybe 10 people without it, maybe. Because the most I ever saw him pull that day when he was going to have David the Donor on, that is fresh drama shit, right? That should be big story time. He couldn't get, 137 people over on his channel? It was like, my God, man. And again, that's not
look, he
dunking
can't even
channel.
he can't get an international call to connect. I mean, look, he has difficulties.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Okay, now our headliner today was about lies. Speaking of that, I thought that was a good segue from his "they lie constantly" to speaking of lies. You remember yesterday when we heard about indigents? In fact, we had the craziest shit we have seen.
I do remember that, and I believe it was a bunch of
bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, well, there is a video that has come up. Now, I'm not going to play the video because these people are strike happy. And again, I will put this to them too. You strike my channel, you falsely strike my channel, I will work my ass off to take your channel down. I'll 100%. Oh God, he's talking about retaliation. You're right, I am. So fuck you. You strike my channel, I will take your channel down. I will work as hard as I can to do it. So, I'm just making that clear, Oh my God. Yeah, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. But in this channel that we had brought up, we had some fascinating stuff. There was here, let me pull this up here. Okay, so there was a nice video. This video showed flea market. This also came, by the way, directly from the ecosystem. So these images are directly from it. And interestingly, John Cook has been nice enough to add to this too. So this will make it even better. You'll enjoy.
Wait a minute. What is this? Is a flea market? It looks like a boutique.
Yeah, they have their own little area carved out, complete with gifted rocks, which they admit they were gifted. By the way, I will show you the screenshot from that.
How come they must not make any money at this place because they don't include it in their income?
Look at how
is this stuff free? Do you walk in with a basket and just fill up whatever you want and walk out? It's free.
Obviously, they're giving it away.
It's a community service, maybe.
Obviously, too, those gifts, they're just giving that money away too. They can't be spending it on itself or utilizing it for anything else. But yeah, these are just some of the screenshots. There's an entire video that goes through the booth. But again, I'm not going to deal with these idiots because they get strike happy, and it would annoy me. But there's no question that this is their booth either. Hey, kiddo, give me 1 second here. Huh? What you doing? Hey, what you doing? Hey, no crazy running. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, Jumpy. Come here. She's bouncing all over the room. Come here. What have you been doing? What have you been into? Did you get into candy? You didn't, did you? Huh? There's a long pause. I'm feeling that.
She's like, I don't want to talk about it.
No.
You didn't? Did you get into the cotton candy?
I only got into the board.
Cotton candy.
Yeah, I got Sissy to open it.
Oh, you even got Sissy wrangled into your thing, huh?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, well, it's tone down time. It's ready. Are you gonna? You can watch your TV a little bit before you go to bed if you want to. Read one of your new books too. Look it over.
What?
Your new books,
go.
Oh yeah, books. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah, I can't wait to read some books. And one of those are going to be all those books of sales.
Yeah.
There's 2 bookies.
2 bookies.
2 books.
Oh, okay. I was like, bookies. I think those are different than books.
2 bookie things. You know when they're in plastic? You know those little things that do in a swell?
Actually, there's kid books up there too. Somebody sent you some cool kids books. We'll get them out tomorrow. Okay, we'll read them over. But hey, go if you need something. Like get Sissy.
I like Coke.
You're not getting Cokes. No, man.
I would drink it in the morning.
No, you're not drinking it in the morning either. Go upstairs though.
I feel crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's why you feel crazy, because if you drink it, that's how you get crazy.
I'm only crazy.
Oh my gosh. You have been into candy. You have snuck candy, I can tell. You know.
Only one candy.
That's what I thought. Here, you better go upstairs though. All right. I told you to stay out of the candy.
I'm going like.
All right, well, go up there. Go. I know, don't play on the steps like that. That'll get you hurt. Walk normal. She's trying to walk backwards up the steps. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that, because I'm not going to hear. All right, show my door. Thank you, baby. Oh Lord. Yeah, she's like, I only got 1 candy. I'm like, man, we weren't supposed to get any candies. What are you talking about? She has a little stool that, helps her brush her teeth and stuff like that, So she needs it because she can't see up on the mirror. At night, she runs around like that thing like Mission Impossible. I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, how did you get that in here? I didn't even hear you move it. It's not like it's quiet, and it's as big as you are. So how are you getting it around? I watched her there one night. She put it in her back like a turtle shell, running with it. All right. So anyway, here we go. Rocks again. And if there's any question about who it belongs to,
wait, are they magic rocks?
Yeah, well, I thought all rocks that look like that were magic. Are they?
Oh no, you have to get specific ones.
They have to be shaped like pins.
Maybe, and also I think they have to come from very specific places, and they have to have energy readings. I wonder if they're the magic kind.
I don't know. I wish they could
I don't know
on
either.
The prices.
Yeah, I'd like to know how much they're being sold for, because I don't think she's giving it away.
No, I'm going to say probably not. But I did find it interesting. Any denials of no. They actually talked to they actually talked to him there. It's 100%. Oh, Cookie Boy, he's there. And if there's any questions, I mean, look at all the crap though. And there's a lot better pictures, by the way. There's a lot of stuff in this.
It's the jewelry that gets me. Those things that stuff goes for a lot. I want to know she's supposed to report her income, but she never reports any flea market income.
So the rocks and the Kiss figures, John Cook actually commented on. Give me a minute here. He was in the video commenting. So this is kind of interesting. I always love it when they comment. So they put their own names to it. And there's faces on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But he's like, yeah, the Kiss dolls. He won those from Guapo. So, of course, got to resell that real fast.
He won them from Guapo?
Yeah. The Kiss dolls I won on Guapo's show. They're a complete set. Oh. And as far as the rocks that I said I won on Robbie's, they were actually given to me by a sweet lady named Mo Magic, who had won them and gifted to them. She wants me to sell them and to get a beehive. By the way, he keeps talking about getting a beehive. That sounds like really fun. I mean, these folks, they seem like oh my God, they seem like the best owners of something that could fly around and potentially sting and hurt.
There is something that I've been holding on to that I haven't talked about yet, but Lynette has a very long history of being involved in some pretty severe animal abuse. There are police records from Northport regarding her daughter who had kept some animals that ended up getting killed in horrific ways because of the neglect. And I have all the police records. Like, she was charged for animal abuse, Lynette's daughter, who was living with her at the time, by the way. The idea that these people keep collecting animals, like whatever it is, ponies, turtles, chickens, ducks, and now maybe bees, is freaking terrifying. Except bees can pretty much take care of themselves, so they'll probably be okay. But if there are any animals that have to rely on this person, I don't understand why people who can't keep up with animals keep on collecting them. Like, she has a very long history and her family history of not being able to take care of animals well. Why do they keep collecting them? It's a strange thing.
Well, it's just there's a lot of that kind of crazy stuff that happens.
But like, what does she do? Is she making any money? She's not making any money on them. Well, how does it help her to have these animals that depend on her that are sick and like turned over, turtles upside down and balding chickens? Like, I don't understand this. It's like hoarders. To me, it's like the people who have like all the cars and the toilets on their lawn. Like, they just collect stuff because there's no real purpose. It just piles up and piles up. And it seems like she does that with animals, and it's just sad.
I need a couple of toilets for my lawn. That'd be cool, you know? What you got in the back? Well, I already got a 1999 Jeep. That was my father's. I kept it. For real, I did. I was like, I've told everybody. They're like, you don't drive that. I'm like, I don't even think it'll run, but I'll keep it. I'll turn it into a fucking planter before I get rid of it. It's going to set in my yard. If I have to turn it into a damn planter, I'm going to keep it.
It's funny.
Yeah,
probably be a good planter.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Check this out too. So this is it's a shell thing, tortoise rescue shop. Huh. They tied it into the it's a shell thing.
Oh, I got it now. Okay, so the tortoise rescue with the turtles that are, sick and need antibiotics and aren't in the right pools, and she gets cited for these things. She uses those to say, this goes to my tortoise rescue. I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fascinating game, especially when you're working on your. Oh man, actually, I can see some of these. Let's see. Nope, those don't have prices on them, do they? Damn it, those rocks don't have prices on them though. I can read the things on this. Say.
Oh,
sizing and whatnot.
What is that? Do they have?
It says size and other stuff, but it doesn't have a price tag.
Dang.
He thinks he's going to buy him he's going to buy him a beehive though. I wonder how much a beehive costs. I'm not talking about the hairdo either. Let me look at that. Beehive for sale.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want to know how much a beehive costs.
I feel like this is like another collection problem, like collecting animals, collecting things, like hoarding. I don't know. It just feels
I'm just
weird.
like, well, if you're not able to work or do anything else, anything that requires money and a real effort. I mean, again, I'm not saying you shouldn't have hobbies or anything else. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, there's many people out there. But the level of some of this stuff after a while, again, running a turtle rescue, you would think the effort alone, that would be a problem when you say, I can't work, I can't walk around, I can't do anything. And on top of that, the cost, you shouldn't be feeding them.
Right. And I can barely feed my daughter, and I can barely, we can barely feed ourselves. We're indigent, we're poor. Then why do you have animals that rely on you to be fed? Animal feed is expensive. I have chickens. Believe me, I pay more for my eggs than you guys do at the store. I do. And the only reason why I still have them is because 2020 happened and there was an egg shortage, and I happened to have chickens, and I was ready to get rid of them. And I said to Mr. Fox, we both looked at each other one day and went, I think we need more chickens, because it was nice to be able to have eggs when nobody else did. That's the only reason why I have them, but I pay more for them because chicken feed is so freaking expensive. Yep. It is not not cheap to keep animals. It's a lot of responsibility, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money. So I don't get it.
Damn, they're trying to sell those.
Do indigent people usually have animal rescues? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
What is
Is that something that indigent people can do? Is open up turtle rescues and stuff? Seems like that would be a stretch, you know?
Typically not. Typically, you know, you worry about feeding yourself. But
right.
I mean, you know, whatever I guess brings to mind. I guess when you're trying to hawk, man, $50 a kiss doll, that sounds fucking high as shit. Look at that. Oh my God. $50 a kiss doll.
I wonder if anybody bought them. You know what's interesting about this? Every time I see her flea market, a thought goes through my head, which is it's interesting to me that she tries to pretend like she isn't a fan of Jeremy Hale's, because it appears that she's trying to have a life like Jeremy Hale's, reselling things. Yeah, she's She was obviously watching his channel, trying to learn how to resell things, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as you don't stalk a guy to a place and start, you know, harassing him. That you shouldn't do. But it's very clear that with her saying she's not a fan, she only watched it 1 or 2 times, it's crazy. It's like, no, you did. You've probably been watching all these channels because you're trying to do this, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Fine. Resell. That's a legitimate lifestyle, is to buy things that are used and resell them and learn how to do that. Was there a reason she couldn't do that without doing what she did to Jeremy Hale's? It's very strange to me.
Yeah, she could have done it a million different ways, but unfortunately, she chose this one specific way, and now we have to have court involvement. You know, I think that's the saddest reality of all of this, too. Like, we didn't have to go this route. Like, not at all. But
I have something really funny. Do you have something queued up for next? Or can I read something funny?
Yeah.
All right. So I have a story for you all. I was going to do a Rumble exclusive yesterday, but I didn't get a chance because there was new news. There was stuff that came out. And so what I did instead, we were going to talk about Bone Crusher's latest video and his conspiracy theory. So I made a little image here for you to look at while I read the conspiracy. So what I did was I took the transcript from his show and I put it into Grok, and I asked Grok to turn it into a funny conspiracy. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy theory: the Otter Creek cover-up and the magistrate's master plan. Buckle up, folks, because the sleepy town of Otter Creek, Florida is secretly the epicenter of a judicial conspiracy so wild it makes Area 51 look like a kid's lemonade stand. At the heart of this saga is a federal magistrate, a man so brilliant his high school yearbook probably listed him as most likely to outsmart Einstein. This guy's accolades are longer than a CVS receipt. He's allegedly pulling the strings in a court case involving John, LMNOP, and their ex-lawyer, Bruce, who's been dismissed faster than a flat earther at a NASA convention. Here's the juicy bit. The magistrate, hailed as a legal genius, is supposedly sitting on a mountain of evidence, documents so explosive they can make a true crime podcast blush. These papers, submitted by Bruce, allegedly detail a criminal enterprise involving threats, intimidation, and even a creepy call to Bruce's wife's boss about her schedule. Sounds like a mob movie, right? But instead of investigating, the magistrate reportedly shrugged and said, John and Michelle just want Bruce gone. Suspicious much? Why ignore a dossier that screams Dateline Special unless you're hiding something big? The conspiracy deepens. What if the magistrate is orchestrating a grand cover-up to protect a shadowy figure? Let's call them Mr. H, whose YouTube channel commands 1 million eyeballs and allegedly fuels hate like a digital dragon. Rumor has it, Mr. H's followers are so rabid, they're making life-threatening calls to folks like Fleesa, from 2 Fleas in a Pod fame, who lives just miles from an H follower's seasonal haunt. Coincidence? Or is Mr. H the puppet master, with the magistrate as his legal lapdog, ensuring that John and Michelle, poor, defenseless souls, with less cash than a lemonade stand get steamrolled in court. And here's the kicker. The magistrate gave John and Michelle just 30 days to run and find a new lawyer, knowing full well that Bruce's exit, and as 2 other lawyers before him screams, "Run!" to any attorney with a pulse. Is this a deliberate ploy to force them to represent themselves, ensuring they crash and burn against Mr. H's legal juggernaut? The scales of justice aren't just tipped. They're doing a backflip off a cliff. But wait, there's more. Why the rush to bury this case? Could it be that Otter Creek is a secret testing ground for eroding First Amendment rights with protection orders as the Trojan horse? Or is the magistrate protecting a deeper secret, like Mr. H being an alien overlord, using his
That's what it is.
channel to brainwash subscribers? Either way, the magistrate's refusal to acknowledge Bruce's evidence is the smoking gun. He's either the mastermind or a pawn in the game where justice is the loser and John and Michelle are sacrificial lambs. So grab your tinfoil hats and pray for this family. Because in Otter Creek, the truth is slipperier than a Florida alligator. And the magistrate's playing 4D chess while the rest of us are stuck eating checkers. Ta-ta. He really does say ta-ta at the end of his streams, by the way.
That's so funny, man. That is very masculine, by the way. Ta-ta. Yeah.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta. He really had some bizarre and strange ideas about what's going on. It was quite funny. He actually said something like he believed that the magistrate was just waiting. He's just waiting for the FBI to swoop in and arrest Jeremy. For real.
What? What is based on?
We've got to watch this. You've got to watch it. I had to watch it 3 times to understand what he was saying. And I'm like, wait, what? He thinks that the federal magistrate is getting ready to issue arrest warrants or something for Jeremy Hales.
What? Based on what, you crazy old bitch? What?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What does
And
that even mean?
He's like, see if you can follow me. And I'm like, no, sir, I'm not following you. I don't know what you're saying.
What does that even mean? Oh my God. That's amazing. That tomorrow.
I know. We need to watch it.
Yes, unless we get our sanctions stuff coming down. By the way, this stuck with me too. I do want to mention this. You know, Bruce filed for an extension. He got a 21-day extension, and along with that, in his filing, he had a footnote in it, and I found this to be very interesting considering some talks we had. Hey, kiddo, you need to go upstairs.
Hey.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Am I getting a hug?
Yeah, you know I like Coke.
Yeah, I know you like hugs. All right.
I was crazy because of that
who
Coke.
doesn't?
Well,
Who
a Coke.
doesn't like
Where
Coke?
did you get a Coke?
You know when you give me Coke?
I didn't give you a Coke. I haven't given you a Coke in a long time.
You actually give me a Coke.
I do not recommend
One
giving little
day.
ones caffeine.
Yes, I'm not giving her
No.
a Coke at all. She's crazy. I'm like, when did you? I think you're. I think you're.
I
going
want my
nuts.
walkie-talkie thing. You know that?
Are you talking about tea? Tea is not Coke.
The walkie-talkie thing.
You're walking. Oh, yeah, we're not playing with that today. Here, give me a kiss though. Go upstairs. All right, love you.
I love you. 5 hugs and 5 kisses. 1.
Yeah, quit patting my belly. I know I'm fat. Quit doing that.
I didn't pat your belly.
You did too. You were like, oh.
They love that. They like
She
this.
does.
They like the
You hear her.
cushion.
You can hear like, see, she's like, I'm not doing it, and she's doing it. Like, you can hear her. She's smacking my belly.
When I
I
lost
like fucking your belly.
I know you do. Go on.
when I
What
lost
is
20
5
pounds.
hugs.
Go.
I want
Yeah,
you
when you
to
lost
5
20
kisses
pounds.
and 5 hugs.
All right. No, you can't. Okay, give me 5 kisses and 5 hugs, and then you have to go.
1,
Mhm.
2,
Mhm.
3, 4,
Mhm.
5.
5 took a minute there. Okay.
Mm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Your beard.
I know my beard. I know. I'm gonna get you with the whiskers. You better go. All right. You gotta go upstairs, or you have to go to bed. Okay. One or the other. Because you're gonna have to go to bed soon anyway. But you better go have fun first. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, but when I lost 20 pounds, my little one was hugging me, and he goes, "Mom, you're not so soft anymore." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, you're just not so soft anymore. It was so sad. I was like, I never considered that losing the weight would be upsetting to the small ones, but they really enjoy the fat.
She's
They
like,
think
yep.
it's-
She's like,
they
oh, yeah,
think
got
it's
a fat.
comfy.
Yep. She's like, pat the fat. That's what she says sometimes. I'm coming to pat the fat. And I'm like, what are you talking about, you little monkey? Pat the fat.
Aw.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Well,
so
my dad was always a big guy, and he was the snuggliest, cuddliest guy to snuggle up to because he had all that insulation.
that's what the girls like her. She likes to, if she has a bad dream or anything like that, she'll be like, will you sit in your chair and go to sleep? And I'll sit beside you. I'm like, or can I sit in the
Aw.
chair like close to you and you sit in your chair and go to sleep? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Aw.
So
yeah, it's true. Chat says little ones like squishy moms and nanas. It's absolutely true. And you don't think about that when you're like constantly like, oh, I got to lose weight. And then you do. And the kids are like, you're not comfy anymore.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God. That's true.
So there's some good things to being overweight, and children love it. It's very comforting for them.
Now, this is something that really, again, the magistrate let happen. He just put out his order and gave, this was Bruce wanting another extension for time, which, okay, he's asking about himself,
you
that's
found
fine.
your footnote you were looking for.
Yeah. So this footnote really, I kept thinking,
I know
there
you
was
said
something there. It was
There's
bothering me.
something. There's something.
But look at this. He mentions other clients. He's playing lawyer. He's mentioning other people, even though they have fuck all to do with him. I mean, look at this. So, and he makes accusations too, of course. He's back to those guys over there. He's like, despite the direct impact of Order 17 on all defendants, this is Order 17, by the way, is going in and amending the complaint. That's what that is. For the original complaint is to be supplanted, the court order did not include any guidance for other defendants who had been served as to whether they could await the filing of the ordered amended complaint. Now, that's ridiculous because he's basically saying they shouldn't have to have answered the complaint until the amended filing was in. Yeah, we go off the original case when it opens. So we don't go off the amended filing. We're not supposed to do it that way. They had a time period they should have. But then the plaintiff's counsel exploited this uncertainty to multiply proceedings, filing motions for default against 3 pro se lay defendants. So what does this have to do with him?
Yeah, nothing.
But I mean, he's playing lawyer for them, and the fucking judge let this happen again. He is not correcting any of this. This is disturbing to see. Again, we've watched plenty of cases where judges have let bad behavior or let something, go, and then on appeals, you end up with something getting dismissed. And this is the kind of bullshit.
I think something just hit the docket.
Did it? What? What hit the docket?
What is it? It's nothing. It's a grant. Wait, didn't we already know this?
Wait, let me see.
It's order granting. It's number 28. Do we have Doc 28 yet? I feel like we do.
Order granting motion for extension of time to answer.
I thought we already saw this.
Yeah, what number is it? 28. We did. Yeah,
it was entered yesterday. Why is it coming out again?
We did.
Oh, because the document itself, the order, I don't think we got that, and that we got now. It just is like one line.
I thought we did get this.
Let me check this
shit.
What the heck is this?
I think we have gotten this before.
But I haven't read this order before.
The 21-day extension? I thought we already had that.
I thought we read that, but there's a different one now.
What's this one? Okay. Let's see. Defendant Bruce Madison has filed a motion seeking 21 days to file a response for good cause shown. He granted his response to plaintiff's amended complaint is due 21 days after the amended complaint. Okay, so he gets 21 days after the amended response. So
right. That's what the judge said in the last thing. So why do we need a separate ruling on it?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Did he just decide that he needed a separate filing to say that too? And by the way, Max Lab did send that. Thank you, Max Lab, as always, my friend. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Max Lab. Absolutely, thank you. So strange.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just saw that come
No,
through, and
no.
I thought, for a
No, it's
second,
fine. If you see something come in, you know.
is this sanctions?
Yeah, that's what we keep waiting on. Actually, I like again until I see him like drill Bruce with something. I have no faith whatsoever.
I know.
I think he will cuck up and he won't do anything. That's what I mean. He'll do something, but it won't be to the level. If you or I didn't show up, if we told a judge, "Screw you, dude, I'm not going to show up," and again, you know, we gave these pathetic excuses like my kid has band. You know, I mean, what? Are you kidding me? I have to help out around the house.
Practice. Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, Bruce, I can imagine if I said that, Bruce would be filing shit trying to put me in jail. You know? You know he would. You know he'd be out there trying to bury you. So, you know, and then the judge comes back and he's like, "Nah, you don't get to do that." And he says, "I'm not going to show up anyway." He files some other stuff too, and then he's like, "Oh, they're dropping me anyway, so I don't need to be here." I mean, what the hell?
Guess what just showed up in my inbox? One of Dave's open letters.
Oh yeah, I got a few screenshots too. Is it the open letter itself?
It's really good. Yeah,
is it?
Oh
my god, let's pull it
and
up.
It's really funny.
I just want to know, but before we drop this subject part, though, folks, I'd like to know again why he is being allowed to again and again bring up other people he has nothing to do with. He is out there representing himself. He is pro se in this. So he's nothing to do with Marla. He has nothing to do. In fact, Cook and Preston let him go. So he should not be bringing them up at all. And if he's doing this kind of stuff, he's playing this game so he can throw whatabouts at Jeremy and throw them at Randy. This judge should be stepping on that. Like I said, this is it's beyond a pillable error. It's a problem. And this judge,
I'm disappointed in him. I had high hopes.
I had no hopes. None of them. Anyway, yeah. But,
oh my God, these are so good.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The November 6th one. Oh my God. Okay. Do you want me to pull this up? Oh crap. All right. Well, then I have to. Okay. Hold on. This one is hilarious. All right. Hold on. Oh my God. Is this funny? Oh my God. All right. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
After watching the Hales video today, I'm so embarrassed for Lynette. The handwritten letter to the judge, the lack of any evidence, not one bit of digital evidence submitted when she is dealing with a digital creator. How hard is it to download the What the Hales videos via YouTube downloader and put them on a thumb drive? Better yet, submit the links in an email using the YouTube's timestamp feature. It isn't rocket science.
Wait. So didn't her lawyers, plural, have the same problem too? Stark? He was like, thumbnail? Yes. What that?
Yes. Asking her friends to write letters? WTF is that going to do? She's not trying to prove defamation. She's trying to prove that she is being stalked. Is she not? She legit had one swing at a bat and she couldn't even be bothered to seek out free legal aid. Wow. Spacey Lacey Fitz.
Ecosystem, baby.
Oh my God.
Is what you got. Oh my God. You know, it's so
there's
funny.
More.
Oh God, this is good stuff.
There's more. Can you see this one? I'm not on the StreamYard page. Do you see the one that says 4 hours?
Yeah.
10:30.
Yeah.
You want to read this one?
Yeah, I'm moving around so we can see it a little better. This is it. I am furious. I'm furious. I'm so furious.
Oh no, now I have a mental image of Stupid Dave as a furry.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine that little avatar, but with a furry costume on.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is all your fault.
Think of him being think of him being a bearskin rug in your house. Just come in and he's like, Megan, wipe your feet on me.
Ew, ew, no. No, I refuse.
Oh, you would love it. You'd love it. You know you would. Oh my God, that's a terrible, gross. That even made me nastied out. I'm like, stop it, Tuck.
As the kids say, oh.
Yeah. Quit trying to make wretch happen.
Oh no, Slug's already working on Furry Milltown.
Oh no. Oh no. By the way, for some odd reason today, there are over 3,400 of you here.
Awesome.
Yes. So thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, like, and if you'd like to go further and you enjoy this kind of content, consider sending some stupid chats. Stupid chats. Yes. Tell Dave how much we love him. Send you some stupid chats.
Oh my God.
I do wonder, how did he go from this, though, for real, to getting his dumbass sued? Like,
I don't know,
this is
but
so
I mean,
funny.
that last one made a lot of sense. Yeah, how hard is it to give some digital evidence of this thing you say is happening? That was one of my biggest criticisms, and he has the nerve to now sit online and talk about how terrible I am and how my opinions are all wrong, and he had the exact same opinion as me. You son of a bitch.
Heather May's like, it's horrible and gross.
At least there's no evidence of me out there having a completely opposite opinion and being completely disingenuous.
Yeah, that's the problem, the disingenuous part, because you can adapt your opinion over time. You know, you can find out new information, come to light, you find out, it would have been like when we were looking at this, Jeremy had all this proof, but if there would have been something there, you'd been like, aha,
right.
Then, again, but no, I mean, we've seen these people, we have covered this so in depth to this degree that
I've never seen one bit of evidence that backed up anything these idiots said. Not
They've
one.
lied so much too. The lies, they just pour in and keep pouring in. And I mean,
and they gaslight. My God, did you see Rosalind's latest short? Did you see Rosalind's short? She's like, they can't keep their lies straight.
Yeah.
And it's about them saying that I never said Lynette made any of the signs. I never said that. That was never said. And then she literally has a clip of her going,
need to play that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And give
Lynette admitted to making one of the signs, but not the others. Yeah. What? How? I can't with these people. I cannot.
I know it is straight up gaslight. That, people misuse that word a lot, gaslighting, for what it isn't. That's what gaslighting is right there.
We're PR. We're her voice. We're not PR. I never said that. I mean,
we've spent all the money. Wait, first, we'll refund. Well, we can't refund because we spent all the money almost. And oh wait, we have all the money in the bank account. We never said we'd spend it. And it's like, what are you? Oh my God. Oh, it just hurts my brain. Yeah, it really does. And it's documented. That's the craziest thing. It's documented live. Like, people pick it up. There's transcripts, screenshots, their own voices saying it. And it's just like, deny reality, man. They are like, I thought flat earthers were bad. These people make flat earthers look like nasty.
The LMNOPers are way worse.
They are, man. They are. I mean, oh my God. It is. It's like the flat earth of fucking court cases.
It is. It is.
I used to.
You should.
Okay, yeah. I gotta keep going.
You should read this.
My bad. I got it. Okay, here we go. After telling both of these people multiple times I want nothing more to do with this, he said, quack, she said, battle between both parties, I've been met with multiple messages. First, it was JC posting tats docs on both my personal and professional Facebook accounts, saying he, quote, gift wrapped the son of a bitch for me. Well, that's fascinating. Actually, John Cook going after Tat as well is kind of a fascinating thing.
Yeah, and I had no idea that DJ Radis was involved in this 2 years ago.
I had no idea, but hey, DJ Redis, what's fascinating about that is where they've come after you and said you do this, that, or the other. They've come after you in real life with stuff like this. This would be excellent stuff to hang on to. I'm sure you.
And look at how Stupid Dave was like messaging Tat and like helping him out.
Yeah.
Look what he says. I made sure to message Tat to get screenshots and then deleted the posts.
You know what I love? I love like Megan's like, you're so slow reading. I'm taking over. Fuck.
I'm doing the next line.
I love it. I love
Move it along.
It's like fucking off with it. You know why you work in this sphere so well, because it's like fucking off with some of my male friends. Like that's usually, that's how it's supposed to be. Like you make fun of each other and you goof off, and everybody can tell you're friendly and having fun.
But I'm also like, all right, quit it.
Yeah,
Keep
it's like,
moving.
oh, for fuck's sake, read. What is this? You're already slow, you country bumpkin. Fuck.
Get off the turnip truck and read.
Exactly.
We're not on the porch with the iced tea.
I heard you built barns and harvested hay. I hope it wasn't that fucking slow. Yeah, oh my God.
Do you move as slow as you talk?
I try. Oh my God. That's so funny.
He sees right through me, chat. I'm trying to be all like, trying to keep it on the down low, but he sees right through me. I'm like, you really want to just...
Dude, I know. I get off time. I don't give a shit. I was just like, hey, that's good. If you want to speed it up, you have the ability to read it. Fine.
Oh man, I love getting caught when I'm trying to rush you.
I love it. I think it's funny. Okay, so wait, who's reading now? I'm confused.
You are.
Okay.
You are.
Then I got a personal DM from Lynette Preston. That's fascinating. Continuing to ask me to report Jeremy Hale's channel to YouTube for violations DOS. That right there. Oh my God. That's another fucking proof of interference. That's tortious interference.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jeremy, put this in the filing.
Yeah, that's a tortious interference thing. And make sure that Stupid Dave, he's definitely a witness that could testify to that.
When you depose him, you better ask him about this. Where are your messages from Lynette Preston asking you to report Jeremy Hales' channel to YouTube? Wow.
Holy crap, dude. That's amazing. I haven't seen these, so. That is amazing, actually. Mind you, I told her many times this was too much for me. Many times, by the way. So she apparently asked him many times.
Many times.
Huh. That's interesting.
I wonder who else she
Well, he used the word continuing. So from LP continuing to ask me to. So she's asked him many times. That's fascinating. So she's going in, getting YouTubers that she thinks will have a larger audience and trying to take down his channel. That's nuts too. After not getting any...
Hold on.
Oh my God. That's sexy.
What a sexy beast.
Look on his belly. He's got those little animal nipples on the bottom. Yeah.
Are those nipples?
Yeah, look, that's what it looks like anyway, doesn't it?
Oh my God. Like you put nipples on him. Oh God, this is terrible. It's so funny though. Oh my God. All right. It's not a furry, that's a fluffy. Yeah.
He's like, does that enrage you like a bull? Because I know you're seeing red. And you're like, oh God, help me.
All right, I'm sorry. Let's get serious. Let's
When's that gonna happen? Shit. Has that ever happened before?
Professional.
Yeah. Yes. One day. One day. After not getting any kind of a response from me and noticing I left her groups, I get lots of comments posted on my Facebook page from LP. Screenshot below of the posts. Well, I wonder what she was saying too. I wonder, did anybody save those? By the way, here.
I haven't even looked at all I haven't things that are in here.
I will say this again. I have done lots of damage to my platform by jousting with Jeremy Hales and need to repair the damage of my stupid mistakes. So he went after Jeremy. These are amazing. Thank you.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, he knew he was making stupid mistakes, but he kept doing it until he got sued.
Holy God, dude.
Oh my God.
Well, there are admissions there. You know, again,
And look at
like,
the next sentence. I can't even.
it's not my job to help you out of your poor choices and consequences. I will also say this again. I am not out to be the one who, quote unquote, brings down Jeremy Hales. You know, quoting somebody saying that means they're saying it.
They're saying it.
Yes. I mean, that's
is
fascinating. That
huge.
would be another question I would have for him. I am simply a content creator who covers YouTubers and the commentary community as a whole here on social media. Oh my God, you've got to be the worst one ever then, because the amount of clicks you get on, you know, riding other people's coattails is terrible. Dipping my toes into the Jeremy Hales pool.
This is a terrible formula for a channel. Covering other YouTubers, that's so boring and uncreative. If you're
he's a fragile little baby, fragile little Fabergé egg over here, and he's crying about it. He is. He's like, "Don't touch me, I'm Greg, and I'm worth it." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not." Oh Lord!
Now I have a mental picture of him as a Fabergé egg. Exactly. Why do you keep doing this to me?
If I found him in a yard sale, I'd roll him toward the gutter. I'd be like, "No, don't want that."
It's like in the Willy Wonka movie when they're rolling Violet out of the room because she blew up like a blueberry.
Shoot the freaking bubble gum, big boy.
We need like an entire staff of Oompa Loompas to roll him out of the room.
You know what's bad is the other day I saw a picture of you, Stupid Dave, and I actually then I realized it wasn't you. It was actually paint chips. That's pretty sad when you think about it. If you could be confused in any way, shape, or form for paint chips, holy God.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, my mind for that split second fired off, that's Stupid Dave. And I was like, oh my God, no, that's the trial by combat lawyer.
You know what? The two of them need to get into those sumo suits and go at it.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. They could be in Creator Clash 3. I hear they're firing that up. Yeah.
I would pay to see that matchup.
In this corner.
Paint
chips. Yep. Well, that'd be amazing. I would really watch that. Okay, let's see. Dipping my toes into the Jeremy Hales pool has done great damage to me. Oh my God. Both mentally and professionally. I'm trying to put it behind me. I want to make content that makes me happy again. Yeah, but unfortunately, you couldn't ride on the David Donor D train and get that big money, big prizes otherwise, you know? Because David the Donor's clacked onto a couple of them, you know? Although I have to say, David, by the way, this one's out there for you. Maybe you should look a little more into one of the three that you support. Something fishy happened. I'll leave that to be figured out by you, buddy. But something your money was directly involved in has gone sideways again. Huh.
So here is a screenshot that he put on the one we already read.
Oh, that's what that create appointment thing was. There we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that was.
And it says the coward of Levy County is being served a no contact order or harassment order against him, but he's hiding on his property behind locked gates and a camera to not get served. Jeremy Hales is an effing P. He brags about serving people and doing everything to them, but when he's starting to get nailed, he's a coward and Hines. I think he means hides, but these people are not great at spelling.
Here's a question too. We would assume an effing P would mean, it would mean let's say wussy with a P, right?
Right.
But there's another word that almost fits in there, and these people can't spell. It's close. Could he have called him a PDF file there?
Oh my God, maybe.
Just one.
Wait a minute. No, one.
No, but they can't. They don't spell, and there's no punctuation though. It could have knocked it out in punctuation.
That's true. They don't spell.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Go back one more time.
All right. Let's see.
One more time. See, if you look at it, there's no punctuation, but it's uppercase with the next thing. So there's no punctuation. It's gone away. Like maybe the editing tool hit the punctuation if it's clipped too close. Sometimes it will.
Could be.
Just saying. I don't
Could
know. I
be.
don't know. I'm just guessing. Huh. Okay. Stupid.
Here's another one, December 10th, 2023. You want me to read it? You want to read it?
Oh, you do it. Yeah, you do it.
All right. Open invite. I extended this invite to Tat, but due to being under the weather, he can't do it. I would like to have an open and honest conversation with an admin or a top What the Hales fan on an upcoming video I'm doing. I'm interested in discussing how you discovered Hales, what interested you in his content, how long have you been watching, what are your favorite styles of videos he does, storage, coin pusher, Q&A, Otter Creek, Bad Neighbor, thoughts on Otter Creek, thoughts on JC and LP, and do you follow any other YouTubers? This will be a very lighthearted video. My only goal is to shed some light on the What the Hales fan base and the type of content they like or are craving the most! Exclamation point.
That's a terrible way of doing it, though. If you took one of his 10 fans, and you were to ask them something, I mean, are they all the same? Do we assume that every person that enjoys content, that is a fan of content, that they're uniform?
Yeah, this is a silly.
I mean, when you're talking about What the Hales, you need to be talking about Jeremy or, I don't even really like saying Jeremy or George, really, because they're really all talking about Jeremy. They just, they attack George a lot. It's reprehensible behavior. But, they don't do
I don't know why these people care so much. If you don't like the channel, just don't watch it. There's so much more content you can watch.
You can make fun of the channel. Actually, make fun of a channel. There's a way you do it. Okay, it's kind of like Dark Side Phil or these other people that have become memes on the internet.
One of my favorite ones that does this as a entire channel is the Dad Challenge podcast. Have you ever seen him?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who does the videos about the family vlogging channels that are so cringe.
Well, and
he rips them apart, and it's great. They're funny
to the place, though. I mean, that's the thing. You can do that where you're acknowledging content, where you're talking about the things you like or dislike. Again, you're basing it in reality. You're not going out there and being like, that person's a PDF file or whatever, And you're not destroying a channel. You're bringing attention to it.
So basically here he's inviting What the Hales fans to come on his channel and have a fan round table. We're going to be friends. We're going to be friends. Let's be friends, he says. And then here's an open letter. This is great. Here it comes. All right, let me make this bigger.
God,
this is terrible. I can't make this. Hold on.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Just give me
all right.
Just give me a minute or so.
That's okay, because it's going to need me. I need to make this bigger anyway. All right, chat. Let's see if I can get this shared. This is going to be interesting. So how you doing, chat? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope that you are well. Yep. Sue Dunn says making fun of a channel is totally different than trying to destroy someone. Yep. That's right. You can have your opinions on channels and content you like and dislike. And frankly, I just feel if I don't like it, I just move on. I don't watch it. I don't feel like a desire. If I don't like a channel, I don't feel a desire to really comment on it unless I was super outraged by something. Some of the family vlogging channels will do that to me sometimes, where I'll watch the Dad Challenge podcast and then I'll mention something on the show because I don't like family vlogging. I think it makes children very unsafe. And if you look at this story, Lynette Preston, by the way, is always complaining about how her child is unsafe. Who is the person putting that child online? It is her. It is her.
Actually, that YouTube channel that she posted on and drew all the people to, because she's posting comments openly, talking shit and all this stuff. It has 3 videos with the child on it.
I know. Wow. She's the only one putting the child out there on the internet. And I agree with her that it's not safe for children to be on the internet. So why is she doing it?
Well, either you embrace it and whatever, and you do it, or you don't. But you can't complain. Like, I have weirdos put pictures of my kids up. So I've had to in the past put a couple of pictures of mine, because I don't want the algorithm leading to weirdos out there, at least if they're going to have to own
I mean,
them,
I understand that, but also you don't do family vlogging, you're not vlogging your kids.
You don't do it to 12 freaking views, man. That's the thing too. If you're going to
you're not taking them to I'm sorry, but some of these people like Ruby Frankie and the other people who are they were taking their teen daughters on their first bra shopping trips. relationships. That's gross.
Oh, that's creepy. That's
you
actually
cannot do that. Like, and
that's
talking to
creepy.
people about your your daughter's first period in public. Like,
Oh,
come on.
no,
That's just pedo
I don't talk
crap.
about my kids' personal problem anyway.
No.
You know, like I don't
No.
talk about behaviors. Well, I can't say ever, you know, but I try to make
We usually try to
stories.
just talk about funny stuff.
Yeah, I try to make them lighthearted, you know, tell funny or cute stories with the kids because you know they're good kids. You know, at the end of the day,
You never want to embarrass your children online. It's not.
well, my kids want to embarrass me online. No,
Yeah,
goes
well,
one way.
mine do that to me too. Mine
That's what,
absolutely. But this is his open letter, though. Here we go. We have it. This was October 23rd. I'm assuming.
So this is the open letter.
2023?
Oh, baby.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, am I reading or are you reading?
You can read. I think it's your turn.
1 second, let me.
I got through the last one really fast, if you remember.
Yeah.
You barely remember because it was that fast.
Yeah, I know. You know, so I got to slow it down. We're moving too real quick. What's going on? An open letter. No, I'm just kidding. An open letter to John Cook. It is funny though. He's sitting around like openly talking shit about these people, and yet he spent as much time as he did trashing Jeremy Hales, and he did video. I mean, we saw
and
some
me
of it.
and you, like, and it appears that we all had the same opinions at one point, and he wasn't even intellectually honest enough to tell me that. Instead, he's out there challenging me to like a fight or something. I don't know. I'm like, well, I can't fight you, dude. You're too fat. That's unfair. You couldn't.
God, there's a bunch of these. Oh man, you know, we'll catch a few. Man, we're gonna have to get all these together and do all these in one stream, though. You know, because there's a bunch of this. These are funny. They're so hypocritical. So hey, John Cook, I sure would like to know what Jeremy means when he said you tried, quote, throwing me under the bus in a court of law. Dun dun dun. Maybe Stupid Dave is the mole. You see these opinions here?
Maybe.
I mean, hey, he seems mad enough, right? I mean, why would he want to?
Back in the day, he didn't believe John Cook.
Yeah, why would he want to burn for somebody he doesn't believe? And he gets no clicks on or anything else, and have turned on him and treated him like absolute garbage.
How did it go from this to being all on their side again? Like what?
Oh man, when he was, you know, it's so pathetic when he was out there being like, "We're all family, Ray. I'm so sorry." I'd be like, you know, I don't like what I say. You know, again, I mean, and I'm not pointing this at people who watch. Viewers different, but if another person with a microphone, you don't like what I say. I'm going to say a lot more then, you know. God, but anyway, especially taking up for
this just came out.
Well, that's the only thing I've ever agreed with this idiot on. I thought now I agree with him on some other stuff, but
I know,
you know, he took up for David the Donor, and I thought again, I thought David the Donor got screwed. You know, very much so. So, but he didn't have the spine. He didn't have the spine to stand with this. I guess that's the theme here: courage of conviction. He's not willing to stand.
I wonder what happened. Something they had to have gotten to him somehow.
Money.
Because how do you go from this?
Couple of clicks. He actually got some clicks finally.
Maybe.
I mean, I'd have to look at his. Actually, I think he's pulled down a bunch of videos, so you can't really.
So you can't tell anymore. All right.
But anyway,
this is interesting.
I did not comply with your or Lynette's request to write a letter to the judge in either state.
Oh, they wanted him to write a letter. Isn't that interesting?
That's
to a judge.
I wonder who else. Nor did I give either of you any legal advice. You could, because you're not a lawyer. You actually can. I can say, hey, well, you do this or that. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not paid for legal advice. Besides telling you to DMCA the videos which use Lynette's footage, which she shot. So he's telling them false flagging too. Good job, fat boy.
Yeah, he's admitting it.
Yeah. You know, you sit around. He actually talked about fair use in those messages with Slug. So he went 100%. At least mimes what fair use is. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I am currently FOIA requesting the transcripts from this hearing. And if I find
you
any
can't get
perjury-
transcripts through FOIA, you dumbass. What a dumbass.
Oh,
You have to
that's
pay
so
for
dumb.
them, Dave, and they're thousands of dollars. I'm going to FOIA them. God, you're a dumbass.
You know
That's
what
not
you
how
do?
this works.
You network with people. That's how you do it, Dave. You know,
God.
you do. You know, it's fascinating getting involved in cases like, you know, covering them to the point where usually in a case, if something isn't just an absolute train wreck, lawyers and other people would send them to you, you know, on the other side. They wouldn't give a shit.
Right.
You know, they'd be like, all right, cool. Because, you know.
Oh, I've
but-
covered plenty of cases where I'll just reach out to a lawyer on one side
Yeah.
and be like, can I have access to this document or
I've
that
done
document? And they usually just have somebody send it to you right away.
Yeah,
Nobody-
I've
you
done
know, they're-
that
they're good
on
at it.
people. I disagree with their client, but it's just court footage. You know, not with this case though. This case is so jacked
FOIA.
up.
I'm currently FOIA requesting transcripts. Oh my God.
And if I find any perjury has taken place, I'm aggressive as needed via those very same courts. Well, okay, so you've seen that. Do you not think some perjury took place, Fat Boy? I swear. Good God, man. Oh. Okay, anyway. May I remind you of the messages you sent me claiming bold lies about JH when he is not even in Florida as of yet? Seriously. This statement made me livid. I'm so
my God.
mad. He's so mad. He's shaking. Imagine his little fat arm shaking. That's cool. I tried to support you and felt that you may have been made to look worse than you really are, but now I have to wonder. So he's telling you, you know, oh, they're pieces of shit.
And then
Yeah.
he lied about Jeremy Hales. He lied. He knows that
You
he lied.
knew they were lying.
So
dude.
this person knew that they were lying. And yet he decided to take up.
that is that very much
That's
is
evidence.
what you have to do. Yeah, well, no, not just that. When you think about what you need for defamation, for malicious intent,
Malicious intent. You have to
Mhm.
know it's a lie and say it anyway, support it
Yep.
anyway. This is clear he knows John Cook and Lynette lie.
God, dude. I mean, he's put himself in the jackpot. So here's the answer for proof against him. He went out. He talked about flagging channels. He was dealing with these people, and he knew they were lying, and yet he still doubled and tripled down into it.
This is unbelievable.
I'm amazed.
I think that was the last one. Yeah.
We're gonna have to
that
go. There's a bunch more, but I'm
There
seeing.
are?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But we need to get them all together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We got to get them all together. Yeah.
I only see 6. Do you have more than 6?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, I'm gonna text you something. Okay, I'm gonna text you on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't want to say this live. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There, give me a second. All right. There.
Now I will
That
try
says it.
not to. I shall try not to repeat it out loud. Oh.
No. Yeah. Look up that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look. I mean, you know, look at all that stuff.
Oh my God. Okay. Great.
Yeah. There's a bunch of kids.
This is great. This is
Yeah.
great.
So we need to organize and go through and look
Uh-huh.
at everybody. you
Damn
know.
it. The Dropbox is going to be lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I've been going through. I was very irritated. You know, this is funny. So I got irritated the other day because I was missing a file. You know how I get about that sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, there's a file missing, especially in federal
Yes.
case number 1. I'm like, no, you
Doug
know.
is very OCD when it comes
Oh,
to
man.
missing files.
Oh God, that was
He's
really.
like, where
bothering
is
me.
94 and 87?
But especially the back end files, you know, because we've gotten every back end file. The early stuff, there's certain things out there. Even they have a lot of personal stuff in them too. You know, every court case has this. Early filings have all kinds of things that don't need to be public, but they are, you know, honestly. But one filing, 134, was irritating me because that's a brand new one. You know, we're up to 135. I was like, where the shit is that? And I kept thinking it was something else. So I messaged MaxLab. It was like, hey man, you know, can you hit me up? I must have a corruption in it because it's not showing up in that. MaxLab was like, Yeah, that's the transcript for something we don't have. Remember the hearing? I was like,
Oh
the
yeah.
hearing from April. That's what that was. But it just drove me nuts for a little while. I was like, no, what's going on? But that's the 134 is that transcript. I have not gotten it. Somebody tried to send it, by the way. It was not accessible. So if you want to try that again, if you do have that transcript and you want me to show you, I don't think they understood Dropbox. I could perhaps
I
walk you
want to
through
see
it.
that transcript.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to read it. Actually, there's nothing to fear in it. I realize it's only Randy and dressing down in it, but it brings up a solid point in it. And that is Bruce was such a coward that he wouldn't go, but he thinks he's a man online and he'll fundraise getting that. So Randy will get shown his. I mean, that's a hateful little man. He's a very little man with a
Absolutely.
giant
And
nose.
I'm just very interested in what the judge had to say. I can't wait to hear what the judge said that day. I want to hear his exact words.
All right. I'm going to do super chats, though. You sticking? Or
Okay.
you got it?
No, I got to run. I have a bunch of stuff I need to get to, so I'm going to go do it. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you later.
I see you. I like this. Kicking it off. Green Veg Beast just like, Dave, thanks for 5. Please buy a loud, annoying wash. Tonight we were running behind. Actually, I've been working on something. Actually, you want to hear something real quick? Would you like to? It has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. I've been working on, I had a weird dream the other day. I've told you about it. It's about the whole, So I went in and I started writing out something. I've written about 23,000 words. I'm in the revision process. It's pretty good. And I like it. It's I don't know. It's just it's a goofing off project, but it actually came out very good. So if you'd like to hear some of that, let me know. But I had gotten kind of sidetracked with some stuff, and that made me later tonight than normal. Typically, I aim for 8 minutes, and the reason again, if you're new here, I aim for about 8 minutes because it lets people arrive. Because otherwise, you spend about 8 or 9 minutes just rehashing things that happen. So I've learned over time, if you can spend 5 to 8 minutes past the time you say you go live, people will get the notification. Once the stream hits the time it's supposed to go up, YouTube weirdly will send out more, hey, it's live. And then on top of that, you need a couple of minutes to have some kind of intro, 2 to 4 minutes. So really, you need about 15 minutes. But today we were later, and that was totally my fault. I know. I got involved in some other crap. Give me a second here. Yeah, let me read you something. I want to. Let me grab something real quick. You can hear me walk across the room, but I need to grab my laptop, okay? I think this is pretty good. It's not terribly long, but it's good. So give me a second here. All right. I'm going to read off my laptop here, okay? Like I said, I'm in the revision process. When I write stuff, I write horror, That's my bread and butter. That's what I like. So check this out. Here is I'm going to read you chapter 1. It's not terribly long, like I said. It's good. I think it sets up. And when I try to write, different people write different ways, different styles. But I try to write where I can read it, where it can be read aloud and it flows. It flows for me to read it. So here we go. Chapter 1. I found the hole by accident. That's how these stories always start, isn't it? Some dumb schmuck finds something they were never meant to. An old book, a cursed videotape, a box tucked behind drywall. In my case, it was a hole. Just a hole. But I swear to Christ, it knew I'd found it and somehow blinked at me. I hadn't planned on digging up a rose bush. I honestly just needed something to do that didn't involve drinking or lying on the couch, staring at nothing at all. A distraction. Besides, if something didn't change, I was going to snap. Or worse, let the past finally catch up to me. I went into the backyard with a rusty shovel and no real intention. The bush had been dead for years anyhow. Ever since, I need a wife name. So I haven't decided on a name. I've got a place. I'm just calling them E right now. So if I say E, it's a placeholder, okay? Ever since E had been gone, E. Even the name haunts me. The dirt was dry, resisting every stab of that dull, rust-laden blade, but I kept digging anyhow, pushing deeper than perhaps I needed to. Maybe I planned to punish the hole, or longed to see what was under it, or perhaps I wanted to punish myself. Who knows? But for whatever reason, I kept digging and digging, long after I'd uprooted that desiccated old rose bush. And then I found the hole, boxed in by concrete. It wasn't just some old swimming pool someone had filled in, or a forgotten bomb shelter that had finally given way. It was wrong somehow. It felt off, too round, too dark. And it didn't seem like something I'd uncovered as much as it had been waiting to be uncovered, like it wanted to be found. Sounds stupid, right? Like something a schmuck finding some mystery in his backyard might pose for attention or say. But it's true, every syllable of it. And oh God, the smell, the stench. It didn't smell like dirt, let me tell you. It stank of damp earth and old pennies, like rot. The kind of odor you find in basements no one remembers, the lingering around some long forgotten crime scene. It felt hot too, strangely so, with heat emanating from it, but just barely, just enough to cause Pog to rise right above its rim. When I leaned in closer, I thought I heard breathing, rhythmic, low, like a pulse maybe, or even a heartbeat. And there was this moment, just a flicker of one really, when I thought it widened and grew, blinking at me. Like I said, I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it felt. Like I was staring into something alive, and it was staring back. Now, at first I told myself to ignore it, that it was nothing. I even filled the dirt back in around it, trying my best to forget it was there. But then I dreamed of roots slithering in, choking something alive, like tendrils in flesh, breath in the soil, like something curling and writhing, awake beneath my house, like I wanted it to be there. The dreams, they strangled me awake. I choked on them, hands gripping sheets, sweat slicking my skin. 2:43 a.m. burned into my bedside digital clock like some ill-gotten omen. The next morning, or next afternoon rather, I was back at it. Same shovel, same dirt, new six-pack. The sun felt too bright, the air cold and the ground frigid. I wasn't even thinking around the hole when I uncovered it again, or thinking period. I was just unthinking her, the wife that had departed so long ago. It was like I was on autopilot while digging, my hands knowing where to go, even if my mind didn't. I just dug and dug and dug. This time, I didn't cover the hole back up. Instead, I sat by it for hours after it was uncovered, just drinking and staring, wondering what any of it meant. For its part, the hole didn't do anything. It didn't move, didn't speak, didn't ask for my autograph. It wasn't until the bird the thing started to change. One of the stray cats I like to feed brought it over. I'd been giving them food since well before he vanished. It was a hobby of mine, or an impulse maybe, one she never approved of. Feeding things to other things. Imagine that. So the bird was this gray little thing, soft, wings flapping weakly, still clinging to life. The cat dropped it on my feet like a possession to be prized. I should have let it go. But instead, I picked it up, at first thinking I'd help. I know it kind of sounds corny, but I think I saw myself in those shattered wings and desperate cries and imagined what I'd want someone to do for me. Lifting it, I didn't care for it, though. Instead, I walked it over to the hole with that still struggling bird cradled in both hands, not really thinking about what I was doing. I just did it. Just walked over to the hole and let it go, watching it drop inside. To my astonishment, there was no struggle, no flutter, no sound, no splash of movement or flap of wings, no squeaks of fear. The world simply went silent, and poof, it vanished. Like the bird had disappeared. Strangely, it didn't bother me at all. That night, in fact, I slept like a baby for the first time in months. My dreams weren't filled with monsters either. They were filled with hope. I dreamed and wished for her. When I awoke, the world, it felt different. Not better, not off, just tilted, shifted. I walked outside and for some reason stared at the hole. It looked exactly the same, but felt different. The air around it felt heavier, if that makes sense. The smell stronger. There were no more pennies now. Now it was copper and mildew, the rot of wet stone. And there was something more. The warmth surrounding the edges had grown and was slowly pulsing like breath. I could see it hanging inside the morning mist. The earth around it, it changed the most, though. The soil didn't appear, it just appeared dark. It didn't look like dirt at all. Instead of loose powder, it was all soft and spongy, wet. Some even appeared to have moved, like something had stirred beneath it. I could swear it pulsed when I stepped nearer to, like an excited heartbeat. And there was something more, a whisper. We're not talking about a sound here, not really. It was more of a feeling in the back of my skull, like the ghost of a voice speaking without words. It's hard to explain, but it felt, but I could feel it lodged right behind my eyes. The grass had started to wither too, and flies hovered overhead in thick swaths that never seemed to land. And something else, the birds seemed to be avoiding the yard entirely. I could see them circling and thinking of landing, only to decide, or to suddenly rather decide against it. I didn't realize it then, but the hole had tasted something. I'd fed it. And things like that, they always want more. So that was my intro chapter. I thought it was pretty good. So, but I drafted the whole thing out. I've gone through and revised about 30% of it. And it's come out pretty decent, you know. It's got a lot of, it is a horror story. So, but I enjoyed stuff like that. I haven't been on a writing kick for a hot minute though. I like horror though. When I finish it up, I'll do something with it. I don't know yet, but I like it. I like it. I actually had this old dream. So I had a dream. And we talked about making it a comic book. It was about the place where I used to live. Now, I was little in this dream. And I had friends and everything else we'd hang out with. And in fact, one of my friends, I got into trouble. Couldn't hang out with them anymore because of all the stuff we'd gotten into. So I myself, I'd gone out, I was at my grandparents' house. I went out exploring, running around everywhere. And when I got to the top of a hill, I tripped. When I fell, I had a backpack and everything on, food with me and stuff. And there was an old, I don't know if you've ever seen an old whale, whale ringers. They put these big, the movie The Ring. That's basically what it has. But anyway, the stuff that I had with me, it falls into the hole. I can hear something inside skittering, little legs just going, grabbing it, and it gets the food. And in that moment, and that I wished for a new backpack. Because I was like, oh man, I wish I had a new backpack. Just something innocent, right? And weirdly enough, it was there. It wasn't ripped like where I'd fallen and dropped my stuff in. It was perfect. I'd fed the hole and it gave me something back. So over time, I explored this in this dream. I kept throwing things in the hole and it kept giving me things. As a kid, like roller skates and whatever. A journal, music. It went on all summer until the end of it, when at the end, my parents were supposed to come and get me, my mom. And I had my grandparent pull me aside and tell me, they're not going to be here. Something's happened. There's been a wreck, and you're going to have to stay a while. Your parents have been hurt really badly. So me, in the dream, I sneak out. And I go over and I get the little friend that I gotten in trouble with. I tell them, hey, you got to come out here. You got to see this thing I found. I take them out with me. We go out to the hole. And right before I woke up, I remember it was such a just a morbid dream. But I had my arm on my friend's shoulder. And I was thinking, if I pushed them in, would that be enough to give them my parent, what I really wanted? And, would I get them back whole? And then I woke up. I said, well, so I've had some pretty interesting, this idea of something like a hole that grants wishes. I like that idea. No, I've been messing with it. So anyway. But once I drafted that, once I finished it, I like I said, I've gone through about 1/3 of it. It came out to about 23,000 words, which is not huge, but that's about a little novella. That's not bad. I I don't like inflating things bigger than, like you don't need more to it. It'll either tell it or it won't. But anyway, Green Veggie, thank you too, by the way. All of that came out of your super chat. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Hey, Tug. Hey, appreciate you, Max Lab, by the way. As always. Again, everybody give love to Max Lab here. Max Lab keeps up with these cases, keeps up with all kinds of crazy stuff. There are, like I say, there are about a dozen of you, but most people don't want to be known. They are. Max being the only face that you'll see people post, but they post anonymously a lot. Max Lab has been one of those people that's posted under their name and gets a lot of shit from these people, although they backed off a little bit lately. So that's good. T42, 13 months. Woohoo! Beckett's dozen, baby. Fun times indeed, baby. Appreciate it. Volunteer, what's up, my friend? I hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate it very much for you. Thank you, my friend. Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. 5 gifted memberships. That is awesome. Like I said, I love gifted memberships. I think they are great. They make people part of something. That is one of my favorite features. So thank you, Carolyn. Also, the Ball Python King dropped it in there too. I appreciate that as well. It's funny. I wrote in a snake in the part of my. I think I was thinking about your name the other night, so that's kind of funny. But thank you for the 5 gift dose as well. I love snakes, by the way. So, Darkside Harley Girl, thank you for that membership. Thank you, Darkside. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you very much, Darkside Harley Girl. Very much appreciated. Death's Angel, what's up? Swinging that wrench again. What's up, Death's Angel? I hope you are doing fantastic too. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships as well. It's great to see you there. Vice, baby. It's good to see you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad. I love having you here. And again, you're your own person, but you always remind me of Jeff. So I appreciate that. I really liked him. So I don't like a lot of people. So for me to say I liked him, I get along with a lot of people, but really liking somebody, like having my guard down. I guess that's the best way of saying it. I like people just fine, but I don't trust people. So I trusted Jeff. He was a good guy. So it's good to see you there. Breadsticks for the Starlink. Indeed. Starlink, baby. Rickles. Thanks for the 3 months there. That isn't one mask. Look closer. Yes, I saw that. 3 masks, actually. I took pictures of them. There was a lug, bug, and a tug mask. They're cool, man. I love it when people send stuff like that. Masks. I have a few masks in the house that are from the convention days. The guy who made them, actually, if you've ever seen the convention mask, if you've seen a picture of me with a Jason Voorhees mask on, those are from the old conventions, from 2019, where I went to some, and that was awesome. That's actually a Friday the 13th legit mold. The guy 666, he makes those, but he's made all kinds of them. The last thing we were looking at, I need to check on a progress on it. I wanted to see if he could make an umbrella themed pyramid head mask because I love that. But I love masks is what I'm saying. So thank you, Rickles. That's awesome, dude. Nadine dropped 3 months there. There's not a statement attached, Nadine, but that is a statement. Thank you. We got Scotland. Thanks for the 5. Hello, Tug. Hello, Megan. Hope you're all well. Megan, check emails. She did check emails, by the way, so I hope she caught what you were pointing out with that, too. Thank you. Shorty, a.k.a. Tina. Thank you for the membership. I like that name, by the way. Shorty, a.k.a. Tina. Thank you for your membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. That is much appreciated. Thank you, bud. Melrose, thanks for the 2. Tug, did you get email? Which email? I'm sorry. And the reason I say this, I don't mean to not be clear in things or anything. Bump it again if I didn't respond. Just bump it up to the top. Just resend it to me again. I'll know what you're talking about. Some days, I'm not counting just junk mail in this, but some days I will get 100+ emails. So it's hard for me to keep up with. I do appreciate it, by the way. I've just never, I know other people can keep up with it. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea. Without hiring another human being, I don't know how people keep up with stuff like that. I've never been able to keep up with everything. It's crazy. And the mail also. Thank you for the membership. Thank you, welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. But yeah, let me know what your note in there, dude. Another one from Scotland. Thank you for the additional fun. Stupid Dave, jealous of Megan's yoga hamster. Yep, they all need to get alive. Actually, it's more than that. He's bizarre in it. He has a fixation on Megan Fox, and then he tries to camouflage it with she has a fixation with me. But it's gotten to the point where he hunted out. And I'm telling you, you can find, like, I always look in comments. I'm curious about paint chips, and I'm curious about Darth Touch, right? I'm curious about who comments on their stuff. So I always look at comments just to see, see what's said there and da-da-da. In fact, I'll go to the comments first. In the comments section, the only person I find is Stupid Dave. He's obsessed with Megan Fox. It is so bizarre. It's unhealthy to the point. And he whines saying that Megan, is somehow damaging his mental health. I'm like, dude, you cover YouTubers, first of all. That alone is invasive and bullshitty. The commentary community, that's another word for, not every channel that's part of it, but when they start calling themselves a community, they've done that because they're usually a bunch of drama hacks. They're just channels that like to fight with other YouTubers. That's what that means. If you hear quote unquote commentary community, yeah, they comment on each other. It's just a big circle jerk where you go after other channels. But this is, like that, but you're fragile and precious. I'm like, oh man. But the obsession is so bizarre. Angela, what's up, Angela? Thank you for the 5 there. Connor, I streamed this morning. He thought I was being weird about Tuck's tits. Love that. Guys, I have him on. It would make a good guest. We need to do that for sure. I liked him. Actually, we had that one stream where we just goofed off. But yeah, that was funny. By the way, Connor, that is a thing. If you are around, there was a Ricada stream where we had talked about media had gotten me wrong. With one place to tell you how good the media is about this. Even though it minds that umbrella guy, they thought I was a woman, and they pulled up a picture where I was very well endowed. So we thought it would be funny to say, hey, I bet we could trend Tug's tits, hashtag Tug's tits. And we did. And we not only got it to trend, but we got it to trend number 1 on this old Twitter, where they do target advertising. And they had targeted ads in the number 1 spot for NHL. And it ended up trending above paid advertisement. So, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, it was great there. Yeah, it was fun times. But yeah, Connor, man, loved him. Heather, what's up? 33 freaking months. Thank you, Heather, there. Popped in to say, I hope the coming season treats you right. Good night. Hey, Heather, I appreciate you there, too. I hope you are doing fantastic as well. Like I said, I appreciate you very much. Jordan, thanks for the fun there. Megan, your brain is done with soda. Most of the actual brain onto your brain is done, huh? So I'll send that over just to see if she knows everything about that. Thank you. I have no idea what that's about, but appreciate you noting it. I appreciate the vibe too. I'll make sure she got that. By the way, like I said, all the people who sent packages to, I can't thank you enough for sending them. I'm trying to set up a way that I can thank. For everything, people send. I can the act of sending things. Some people, they'll send all kinds of just random things. What it says is that you care enough that you want to send something and be like, hey, appreciate you. And I do appreciate that. I do very much so. So I've been taking pictures of stuff, but the kids run off with a bunch of stuff too. Like if you put a paint set, well, It's just awesome looking in front of a kid, where they're going to run off with it, or crochet set, they run off with it, books, they run off with them, So, but I'm trying to get everything. I got about 46 pictures. Actually, give me a second here. Let me bring up a couple of things. Give me 1 minute. Let's see. I think everything went through on this. I mean, there was like I said, there's been a lot of cool stuff, and I'm trying to photograph everything, but there's a bunch, like the handcrafted stuff, the little handcrafted animals and everything. Those are cool, and I haven't had a chance to photograph them all because the kids took off with them. I had to hunt them down. We got the Pac-Man cup too, which was good. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling this up here. It's kind of amazing. I'll show you this. I thought this was really cool too. Actually, you know what? I need to download these into my computer before I do it. I can't show them off the Dropbox. It won't let me flip between them. So, but I am going to show you one thing, and then I'll pull them all up tomorrow. But you know the diamond paintings that people do, like Megan has of her logo. I was sent one of those diamond paintings amongst other things, and this thing is cool. Look at this. Look at that. You got to admit that is awesome, right? How much work that is. Look at that. Look at all the work. That is so cool. So props to that. That sucker is hanging up right over here by me, right on the broadcasting wall. I love it. I think that's cool. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff too. And I will, like I said, I've got pictures. I just didn't download them on my computer. But I was uploading them while we were streaming. I have my favorites. Thanks to two. Hey, Megan, Tug, Megan Boba in the chat. Oh, yes. The articles from that are so funny. By the way, I have my favorites too. I want to give you love for so I have my favorites sent over, that edible paper and pen combo that the little one had talked about like forever. She was like, oh, I saw it, because she saw it on something. I don't know. Something in a commercial. Well, she ended up getting that. And that's, like I said, that's cool of you. Thank you. Allie, thanks for the 5. This was written before Stupid Dave got salty with the Hales for copyright strike. Okay, so I'm learning all this stuff as we go in. So he had to do something that was at least somewhat pro Lynette Preston and John Cook, because when you read through that, they're telling him, hey, blah blah blah, and strike the channel. And he say, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm confused about how all of that sets together. If somebody has timelined his involvement in some way, I would be curious about seeing that, because I would love to see it. Again, he's part of a lawsuit there. I mean, this is probably the most interesting he's ever been. And any interest at all? Well, the David the Donor call was pretty funny too. Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. Dead air, hyenas cackling. Adults begging for attention. Dead air, man. I hate freaking dead air. I do. They do. They're terrible with that, though. They're. You know what I hate more than anything when people are broadcasting? Chewing. Nasty freaking chewing. When people, I get, sometimes you're hungry. Like if somebody slaps some food down in front of me and I haven't eaten, I do my best. Like I might take a bite and I try not to broadcast. I'm not talking about a drink or like a Frosty or something. That's okay. I'm talking about like eating chicken. That is disgusting to listen to. Somebody slathering a bucket of KFC down their nasty freaking gullet. Are you kidding me? A little mic discipline, just a little bit. When I hear a clip, I don't need that. It grosses me out. Ugh. I hate listening to people chew anyway. If I go to a restaurant, I wear headphones. I can't stand the sound of people chewing. It's disgusting. That cow chewing cud sound some people have. Ugh. So yeah. Carolyn, thanks for the 5. Tug's starting to realize how many aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas now adopt the family. Indeed. It's impressive, to be honest. And like I said, I appreciate it. But more than that, I appreciate the kids seeing it, because Okay, there was a time when my kids, they would come on and they'd have a story time. They'd sit down, like the oldest, she'd sit down and tell stories and stuff. But you know what? There were some awful people out there. And we ended up not doing that much because craziness, threats. I mean, it was just nuts, man. Some of these people out there. And now with the oldest being able to really get a feel for online. I mean, she understands stranger danger and all of that, but I want her to know there are good people in the world too. And she can see that. Some of the letters, we sat down and read the letter. You know who you're talking about with the mirror, everything. That was sweet. It was a beautiful freaking letter. I appreciate that. The way that was set up, the Easter bag. They got a couple of Easter baskets that were amazing. I mean, but it's not stuff. It's just showing that there are positive people out there. When you've seen so many, because I've seen a lot of negative people out there, and it just, it gets to the point where it kind of, it doesn't people use the word black pill, where you just see everything negatively. But you get to that point, you're like, oh my God, everybody in these spaces is a monster. And it's not true. There are great people around. And I'm glad that they can see it. And I can see it too. So thank y'all. And that is very true, Carolyn. Slut, thanks for the 2. Magic. Magic Rooster Rocks. Equal crack. I guess so. Is that what that is? Jack's Bomb, thanks for the 2. Are the tortoise assets have been claimed? Well, you can't hide your money under a 501c3 and pretend, that you're not gathering money. You can't. You can't just do that. So the way that they're doing this stuff, it's disingenuous, and just like, see, we already have them. Actually, we have Lynette Preston herself talking about the fence and talking about everything else. We know the amounts of money. They've had access to all this stuff. They just, what they want to do is they want to take their money and sit on it. And they want Jeremy Hales to have to pay out of pocket. And that's wrong. It's 100% wrong. They should not be able to wage a fucking legal war on people. That's what they did. They picked up Bruce, who is a fucking disingenuous hack, comes in and under the guise of being a lawyer that could come in and represent you for free. He thought he was going to grow. He told us that. He said that's what he was going to do. And he tried to wage lawfare on multiple people. And all fell apart, but he tried. And he forced many people to pay out of pocket for this BS. And LP was right in there with it. All kinds of stuff. And, again, her business is boomed. She's made more money than she's probably ever seen in her life. I mean, it is an insane amount of money. And to claim indigence off of that is just wild. So, I mean, the way that they're doing it, the whole idea of hiding. Mike Volment investigates. I'll expose Tug in next article. We CC'd 169 people. And it went back to hear from his ex. Just you wait. Former friend. That's hilarious. By the way, it is funny. If you don't want to read any of these articles and give them any love, just archive it and then read it. But what's funny about it is every time Darth Touch there will bring up Megan Fox, he puts in parentheses, my former friend. My former friend, Megan Fox, or Megan Fox, my former friend. Again, tries to have that connection there. I mean, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Don't forget that thing. I put that in there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you noting it earlier too. Thank you. James, thanks for the 5 there. Well, that's been getting everything. Well, I watched a live Crooks line out was in the chat asking box of goods. Really? It's bizarre. That is absolutely bizarre. You know, but I've seen that too with magic rocks and all of that. So what's happening with giveaways? They're asking for stuff. They go and they sell it profit. You know, or they have people go buy gift profit. I even wonder. Here's again. They can correct this if I'm wrong. Are they having people give them goods so they don't have a specific dollar amount so they can go and sell them, try to profit that way? Oh, no money exchange hands, right? He said, thanks for the 2 months there. Small business owner, those display shows are not cheap. No, they are not. 100%. That is right. That whole setup is not cheap. You are right there. Saying this for a rescue is a way to avoid paying taxes. Yeah, attempting. She's playing, like I said, she's trying to game that system. And it's crazy anyway, because an indigent person, again, what business does somebody who cannot support themselves have with animals? All this other BS. It's so bizarre, man. Red, thank you for the 249. Stupid. Indeed. That is a beautiful thing. Stupid chats. In come the stupid chats. It came out correctly. Thanks for the 5. Stupid chat for your favorite furry lollipop land. Thank you for your stupid chat. Appreciate it. So funny. Red says, thanks for the 2 there. Hale needs a quote unquote shop at the same place LP has hers. Well, you know, interestingly, you know, that could have been done and he could have made her leave, you know, protective order like that. But he's been decent about it. Now, they, of course, that doesn't seem to go both ways, does it? Huh. You know, he's avoided contact, though. In the real world, he's tried to stay away from these people. They're like, he records me. Yeah, he's driving down the freaking main highway in front of his home. You know, he's recording me. Oh, well, he's got a protective order, and you walked into the post office after he was there, huh? Okay. Strange, isn't it? Christine, thanks for the 2. The ecosystem has become a whiplash of wackadoos. They have been. I mean, it is weird that they will reverse course on any talking point so fast it does give you whiplash. Yeah, that's funny, cunning linguist. That's great. Elementopene. I got to text this. Give me a second. I got to text that, Megan. 1 minute. Someone called LMNO Peen. Oh my God, that's funny. That is so funny. I like it. Kim, thanks for the 5 there. I ran a little behind, but when they mentioned Beehive, I thought they were talking about hairstyle. Well, the first time I heard that, I actually thought that too. I was thinking that as well. And then they found out that they were talking about raising bees, which is, I mean, again, you know, fine, whatever. I think it reminds me, you ever met these people that have a million different things that they put their finger into and it ends up as junk outside the home? That's what it reminds me of, you know? Turtle rescue, that, okay, what's going on with that? You know, bees now, and so on and so forth. Even the fucking fence looks like something out of a Temu version of Mad Max. It's like it's got that shitty scrap metal on top. Oh God, so weird. I have my favorites. Thanks for 5. Breadsticks toward the Starling. Thank you. I have my favorites. Get linked up. I have to look at that to see how much it is for real. Adair dropped 5 gifted memberships. Good to see you again, Adair. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for that too. So, thanks for the 5. Hello from the mole on the pole. Oh, that's funny. Yes, the mole on the pole. That's funny. By the way, speaking of moles, do you think Stupid Dave is the mole? No? Do we have any new guesses on who the mole is? Rach, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way. Thank you very much, Rach. That is awesome of you, too. Appreciate it. Wheezy Wheels, thanks for the 10. Tuglet piggy bank donation. Thank you. Actually, they've been talking about getting a new piggy bank, the little one. The little one said she was going to buy the big one, a new piggy bank. So that was kind of funny. I was like, okay. We Scotland, thanks for the 5. Timu Tug and Timu Megan Crew in the house. That's so funny. Like I said, I hope they leaned into that hard. That's awesome. I think it's funny. Green Veggie Bees, thanks for 5. Leave the crab alone. It's smelly. That's always a good way of going, no matter what. Amanda, thanks for the 13 months. We need a regular story time with Tug. Thank you for sharing. Hey, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I like reading through things. It's kind of fun. Zoa, thanks for the 2 there. Timu money for Timu Tug and Grifton Georgie. That's so funny. Like I said, I hope they leaned into that so hard too. Yeah, I really do. Because again, they could have so much fun with it. I thought there would be good merchandising for it and everything. Emma, thanks for the 5. You need to read it all in a stream when you're done. Publish it. I'd buy that. Only a few sentences and I'm hooked. Well, thank you. I definitely, I'll figure out what I'm going to do at the end of it. But thank you for that. Appreciate it. SF, thanks for the 3 months. I think you need to read us this when you finish that. I will definitely consider that. I'll figure out something to do with it for sure. George's Life Unfiltered. Thanks for the 2. Timu Crew in the house. I love it. Like I said, I love that you just rolled up on it. Get a good laugh out of it. Again, take anything they throw at you and just drop elbows. Much love to you, Tug. Hey, love back. Thank you. Vice, baby. Thanks for the 2. Are you planning on publish it? If not, can you? Please. I need more. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet, but yeah, I'll look into that. Right now I'm in the final revision stage. Right, I've gone through about 30% of it. I'm about 7 chapters deep in the final revisions. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It does spin out of control pretty quickly, though. Yeah, it's funny. I've been reading a bunch of, actually, I say reading. I've been audiobooking a lot of horror stories lately, horror books. And it's quite interesting how the difference between a lot of short stories and longer, like book size, is padding. I always got like Stephen King, for example, and this is not a shot at anything. It's just saying, it's amazing. The man will spend like a page and a half describing the flowers outside of a courthouse. And you're like, whoa, and he does a good job of, to be honest. He's kind of crazy these days, but hey, he does good with that. I'll see. Thank you, man. Rach, thanks for the 5. You need to do shorts of reading your work so it doesn't get lost in lives. Just keep writing and reading. Yeah, I'll see. We've done comic books and stuff, which has been fun. Emma, thanks for that. Did you finish your House in the Woods story? The Wishing Well? Yeah, I did, actually. I need to go through and make sure the revisions are good on it. Yeah, the House That Bleeds Pennies. Yeah, I did finish that one, actually. I like it. I need to go through and I need to make sure it doesn't have any, like, tightened up problems. But I did. I like that idea of a house where wishes go. Like when you go to, when you throw a quarter in a wishing well, that quarter goes somewhere. It goes to a place, like a home. You got all this money on it, but if you spend the money, you spend the person's wish. So for the cost of a quarter, you could kill somebody. I wish my aunt was healthy from da-da-da. You could take that away. It's such a tragic story. I like that idea. So yeah, I finished it up. I just gotta finish that. I've gotta just make sure it's tightened out. But yeah. No, thanks for the 5 there. I'm hooked. I'm already hooked. Thank you. I've read. I have to read the rest of your book. Will you release it when you finished? Like I said, I haven't thought about it, but I can. Sure. It's just been something. Like I said, I had a weird dream, and I thought it would be fun to do. And I appreciate the support. Thank you. Kate Kirkpatrick, thanks for the 2 there. Console change, broken arm. So no searching the couch. Console chain. Broken arm. How'd you... I hope you're all right. Broken arm sucks. I broke my right arm twice when I was younger. And that really does suck. I hope you're doing okay. Melrose, thanks for the 2. Charming the Prince. Charming the Prince. Oh, yeah. That book. Yeah. It took me a minute. I was like, oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Finally. Lori, thanks for the 5 gifted membership. You really want that to happen, don't you? Lori, thank you. 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you, Lori, by the way. That is cool of you. Like I said, I love seeing those come in. Much appreciated. Dear D, I'm sorry. Please follow doctors and do what you can for brain health. Sending love. Indeed. What's going on, Terry? I hope you're okay. Much love to you, by the way, if you're, something's going on. Anything. Again, anytime something comes up, that's good advice, What you can with your doctors, following that, looking at any regimens that might help. And love to you and prayers for you. Torn, thanks for the 5. Oh, I do Japanese braiding. That's cool. I've done them for rackets, vices, and others. And Megan said, I can take 20 to 80 out. Good Lord, that's crazy. I'll have to check it out. Send me an email. I'm gonna where your channel is. It under your name? I'm gonna see what you do. I'm gonna look it up. Emma, thanks for the 2. Hearing people eat makes me yes, it makes me mad. That's what I'm saying. I hate listening to it. Like, I really hate it with the undisciplined people, Like, when I eat, one of the things my parents very much hammered into me, like, my mother was a stickler about man. Now, I am not so heavy about, like, I wasn't allowed elbow on the table or anything like that. I've not been so stickler about that, but that chewing, that open mouth, just, freaking mouth breather crap. It just disgusts me. People are nasty sometimes. And it's usually the worst type. I mean, I've had a few people that I've known that just, they weren't brought up like that, and it's okay. But then you have people that are just, they're disrespectful of other folks. And you see that, God, when that type goes out and they do this stuff, you're like, oh my God, can we get a break, please? It's so gross. Let's see. I'm going to, by the way, I will send you all the shizzy in a few. I'm almost there. In 1 minute. I'm setting my redirect tonight. I appreciate y'all tonight, by the way. I did not plan on the stupid Dave, all of that stuff, but it got really interesting. So I do appreciate that. I had no idea the way he had been with everything here. Right? I mean, it's kind of eye-opening. Like, I don't pay it. Like I said, I don't pay attention to other YouTubers that often. I have the exception for 2Ls. People clip them, but they are their spokespeople. They definitely should be talked about because they are probably the worst offenders next to Bruce. They are 100%. So we'll see what happens with them. In my opinion, though, if you're talking about the strongest people for litigation, there is so much stuff there. But beside that, many of these other people, I don't pay attention to them. I don't care. Ray has been funny lately, like in a terrible way, like in a nonsensical, conspiratorial manner. You're like, oh my God, what is he talking about? He's a nut, man. Are you kidding me? And tomorrow we'll go over stuff with Megan with that. But most of them, they're so boring, Zoe, thanks for the ticket. The mole on the pole knows the super mole. That's funny. Yeah. You got to wonder, is Stupid Dave? I mean, he just seems like somebody that would do that, right? Like, there are other people that make sense. And other people, I could see them having a good legal reason or whatever, some reason to not want to be part of it. But Stupid Dave is just weak, I'm sure David the donor is probably offering to, the problem with all of that too is maybe he will pay for your defense, or maybe you'll make him mad one day and he'll turn on you too. I would hate to have mine on one person, because he's burned the ecosystem out. He actually didn't defend David the donor either. He was David the donor is so desperate for somebody to have his back that's in that area, that those two people, they didn't even have his back, really. They did. Stupid Dave barely. He was like, I'm not saying anything. It's intimate comment drama. I'm like, no, you got scammed, buddy. But he's dropping them coins on those guys. So bizarre. Anyway, Rad's ass, thanks for two. Love. Sending you love. That's all. Where you all? Hey, thank you. Love back to you, my friend. I love that. I missed your comment. How did I miss your comment? Where is it? I don't see it. Terry, did I just space it or something? Oh, I see it there. Okay, I see. I'm sorry, Terry. I really am. I'm sorry. I see it right here. I went to the doctor yesterday. I'm getting tested for early onset dementia. I'm a little worried. I'm only 63. It's too young. Yes, it's always too young, period. Love to you again. I hope everything, and I apologize for that. That is totally my bad, especially with something that's important like this. I hope it's just memory. I could get forgetful like these days. With medication and everything else, I feel like I'm locked in a cell with my, I can't access my thoughts sometimes. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Age will do that to you. And maybe that's it. Hopefully that's all it is. If there is more, though, again, love to you, prayers with you there, and handle it as it comes. I know it's not easy in the moment. When I say, it is what it is. And the way I mean that is, don't worry about it until you know. I know it's when you go for something, there are many things that something can be. Like I said, I don't know your particulars on there, but I just, again, prayers and support. It's rough to go through stuff like that. Memories is it's difficult, even like getting older. I noticed that I'm much more forgivable. That curve for it is amazing. It's like, whoa. And so hopefully that's all that is. But love to you again. And let me know. Let me know one or the other. I'll be having my thoughts, prayers, and hoping for a positive outcome. But whatever you get, let me know. Okay. Emma, thanks for the two there. Do you have a full pic of your avatar with words? This one right here. And now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, it's a Die-Hard statement. That's what it says on the shirt. It's if you've never watched Die Hard, that's what he says. Is that moment where he takes out the baddies and he's like, now I have a machine gun. He wrote it on the shirt. Ho, ho, ho. So that's what that all is. If somebody, I've got a picture somewhere. I'd have to find it though. One thing, you can go over to places like Grok. If you have a Twitter account, I don't know if you do or not, but if you have Twitter, you can go and plug that in. Let's see. I don't have like a full body picture. Word wise though, it's this picture right here. Let me pull the comment down, okay, Emma? But it's this picture right here. Just cuts off, you see, look at the base. But it's that one. If you're wanting for something, just yell at me and I'll mail it over or something. If you're, I don't know what you're doing with it, but if you need it for something, just yell at me. Because I do have one. I have an army of avatars. Like that was made by Dead Punk. Dead Punk is very talented. But he put in, the joke. Here's the one with words. This is a lower quality image of it. But yeah, it's now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. You know, like I said, it's the Die Hard shirt. I always love it was originally made. It was a joke about so Ben Shapiro put out a rap album. I don't know if y'all remember that. And it was so cringy and horrible. Like not a rap album, but a rap song rather. And he had on like a hoodie and everything. It was just so cringy. I thought it was hilarious. So I was like, man, I'm gonna make a rap thing too. I need Tug in a sweatshirt like that, which Dead Punk made. I'm gonna put some words on it. Now I'm a machine gun. So that's where they came from. Jordan, thanks for the tea there. Under my username, send you a pic on Rocketman. Okay, good deal. I'll check that out. And thank you too. All right, let me see. Any other stuff outside? 1 second. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. All right, we are good. So I'm going to send you over to Shizzy. I appreciate you all. And we will be over on Megan's channel, I'm sure, tomorrow. I appreciate you folks, though. And we'll